Yeah. Simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up. Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You wanna swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's the punchline. I'm the greatest of all time. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line. For that round table talk, ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too. For their views on our dudes, marriage chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic, check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up, the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah, simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up, chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
What we talking about? What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me.
I'm simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Okay. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah.
Hey, let me put you on game. Stop here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. This my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
I'm simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Moves ain't stopping. Nah, simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. I'm back. It's been about 3 days since I went live, but I'm back. How's everybody doing on this Friday evening? I see everybody that's in the chat. Salute to the chat. I see everybody. Appreciate you falling through. Shout out to all my members in the building, all my moderators. I see you, PJ Jones just pulled up. I see you, Donna Cox, Jonathan Gonzalez, ADP Art Creation, King Pisces Nathan, Professor Golden, my sister Nadira Gant. I see you in the building, in the dark with a smile. Tell Michelle I said, what's up? Little Sip, what's good? Nominal, I see y'all in the building. Dre Stewart, I see y'all. Once y'all get in the building, make sure y'all smash the like button. We got a lot to unpack and a lot to talk about. You know, I always start the shows off, man, by being humbled and thanking everybody for the support and rocking with me. Like I said, you know, support is really hard to find, but that's why God sends you strangers and we elevate from there. I appreciate everybody that be in the chat, keeping the chat popping, my chat squad. Appreciate all my awesome moderators that keeps everything copacetic and filters out the nonsense. I appreciate all the donations, the super chats. You know, the super chats, which really keeps the channel going because YouTube likes that and they keep me in the algorithm. because they like when people engage in your content, and you got people liking your videos and things like that. So continue to like these videos. So everybody that's in the chat and whoever's looking, we got 66 people watching. Make sure you just drop a like on the video, support the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like I said, man, appreciate everybody that donates, the super chats and everything. I appreciate everything that everybody does on this Simply Ball Dropping platform. I see you, Steady Serving ENT, my brother, Bro Claude. Hey, Miss Goody Two Shoes, I see you. Superfly J, I see you in the building. Mike, I see you in the building. Yeah, just drop a like on the video, man, and continue to support the channel. The super chats are much appreciated. I do appreciate everybody that supports and takes time out to donate to the channel. So let's keep it rocking and rolling. Yella BK, Nate, I see you in the building. So y'all see the title of the show, man. Protection Program. It's getting ugly. It's unfortunate, man, that it's getting, I see you, Lisa, in the building. Unfortunately, man, it's getting ugly for Caitlin Clark, man. That's a bad situation, man, that, you know, she was named Time Athlete, Player of the Year, and it's coming with a lot of backlash, man. And it's coming from her supporters, her so-called supporters, her so-called Clarkies that was really supporting her. Now they crashing out, turning their back, and they saying some outlandish things. Now, you know it's serious when, yeah, the death threats have started. I've seen that. You know it gets serious when you're featured on CNN, when they're talking about it on CNN. Yeah, all the fanboys are cutting up, man. They crashing out, man. And I want to shout out to my sister Lakeisha that always be up on the panel. We had a back and forth conversation today about this CNN clip, and we said we're going to present it to you people. And, you know, we got a lot to talk about. And for anybody that's in the chat that wants to come up on the panel for the first time and express your opinions, feel free. Be welcome to do that. So when I drop the link and I give you the opportunity, just hit the link if you have anything to say, because a lot of people on YouTube, especially these Clarkies, man, they're crashing out. Professor Golden, when I drop the link, when I drop the StreamYard link, all you have to do is hit the link and I'll bring you up on the panel. But I find it kind of interesting, man. What's going on, El? I see you in the building. I find it kind of interesting, man, because we talk about it all the time on the channel that, you know, what we do over here, man, we spread love. You know what I'm saying? We stay away from all that vitriol and all that hate. And, you know, a lot of people love what we doing over here. And, you know, you're doing something right when people always got to seek you out. You know, they be sending people over here spying on us, you know what I'm saying, to see what the Simply Ball Dropping crew got going on. But, you know, we keep a buck, we keep a spade, you know what I'm saying? So in this particular situation, it's unfortunate. I see you, Works World. I see you, Jacob, too. It's unfortunate that it's come to this, that, you know, you do an interview with Time Magazine and you express some of your gratitude and your thoughts for some of these WNBA players that's been in the game for a minute, and you get the backlash. And you get the backlash, and you only get the backlash because you stood up for the black WNBA players, and they didn't like that. So, like I said, what's up, Kewan Jackson? I see you. I see you, George. I see it. Yeah, they will love her again next month. Yeah, that's what they do. It's hot right now, so that's what they're gonna do. But it is what it is. But I'm here. You know, I don't never throw a rock and hide my hand. I always present to you straight in the camera. And this is what we're going to do. But what we're going to do, man, this thing is hot and heavy. And CNN has picked this up. And the crazy thing about it is, this is what they was talking about on CNN. Let me go ahead and share you guys what they was talking about on CNN.
other players who came before her were black, helped build. There's nothing controversial about that, and it doesn't need to be.
It feels so bland.
Yeah, she
it's
doesn't
like
need to
bland
be.
and gracious.
Why are people attacking her for that? I don't understand.
I don't know. I feel like it says more about the people who are getting offended by it than her.
I think they're just disappointed that she appears to have been captured by the woke mob.
You don't like the
and here's the disappointment.
It's the white
privilege.
Let him articulate this because I want to learn something.
I feel a little bad for her because she's going to learn that it will never be enough. No matter how much of the phrasing, no matter how much of the groveling you do, it will never be enough for the people in that league that hate her guts.
Why do you assume
they hate her
that
guts?
Why do you assume that she is trying to pander? Isn't it also
because I hear the language?
Scott,
it's the language of the pandering.
Scott, listen, let's get off the internet.
Man, now you heard that, man. That was the clip on CNN. And then she had to sit down with Maria Teller on some things, man. Let's take a listen to what she discussed with Maria Teller when Maria Teller interviewed her, about her Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. Let's take a listen to that.
Great. Nice. You look pretty good. Thank you so much. It's been interesting because since your article dropped, I gotta say, it has got all the buzz. If you are on X, if you're on Instagram, TikTok for the young kids, you know that Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. How has your 24 hours been since the articles dropped?
It's been awesome, and just the reaction. Obviously, people so excited not only about women's basketball but about women's sports, and how excited and deserving not only myself but just women's sports as a whole. The year that we've had, and I've grown up a huge women's sports fan, whether it was basketball, whether it was soccer, whether it was volleyball, you go down the list. Like, I grew up loving it and watching it, so it's pretty special. Like, it doesn't really feel real that I get to be here, but an amazing honor.
She says that, but also, like, when she was 8 years old, she was writing down, like, oh, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the WNBA. Gregory did such a great job with the article, but it feels like over the last year, you've learned so much. Like, what are the things that have shaped you over the course of your first WNBA season, coming out of college and starting this professional career?
Well, it's been a crazy year. It's hard to think about. Like, I was basically just starting my senior year of college at this time last year. And then I graduated. I missed my college graduation, got drafted here in New York City, basically moved right to Indianapolis, and basically start like a whole new chapter of your life instantly, and you don't really have much time to adjust. But lucky enough, I had a really great support system and family around, and I'm from the Midwest, so didn't take me too long. But this past year has just been amazing, and it's fun to reflect back and think about all the amazing things that I was able to accomplish and the people that I got to do it with. I think that's what's made it so special. Is I've had my family with me the whole time, my friends, amazing teammates, amazing coaches, and it wouldn't be possible without all of them. So just really fortunate.
Yeah, Caitlin is like one of the most humble people I know, because like when I tell you she's changed the game, we have the Atlanta Dream is the hometown team in Georgia. They usually play in an arena about 6,000 people. When Caitlin Clark came to town, they moved them to where the Atlanta Hawks play, which is like 20,000 people. It sold out because she was playing there. The number of Indiana Fever fans I saw and young girls and the way they were lighting up, I mean, you have represented something so special for the sport, but you've drawn eyes to a game that you've always grown up loving. What does that mean to you?
You know, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because I'm so focused and so competitive, and I love the game. I love playing. I love being in front of the fans. But over the course of probably the last 2.5 years, it's all kind of changed where, you know, it's hard to get a ticket whether we're at home or whether we're on the road. And I don't want to say it's something you get used to, because this hasn't been normal for women's sports, but it's becoming normal, and it's becoming what's going to happen for not only women's basketball but every women's sport. It's going to be hard to get a ticket.
Claim it.
So I think for myself, like, it's special to see those young girls and those young boys that bring signs or are with their mom or dad or are with their friends. Like, that's a memory that they're going to share for forever. I remember my first WNBA game, one of the best memories of my childhood, and I think very influential in wanting to be a professional basketball player, wanting to be a great person, having those people to look up to and want to be like one day. So I just try to embody that every single day, and I feel like I have good perspective on, like, basketball isn't my everything. Like, yeah, I love it and I get to do it, and it's given me a lot of really great opportunities, but at the same time, you know, win or loss, I feel like I try to be the same person.
What would you say? We've also seen like a boom in investment. You know, shout out Lisa, you want to come invest in the WNBA? We got you, girl. We can hook you up.
She wants to buy a team. Woo!
Yeah, come on through. Come on, girl.
Now, man, y'all saw that, man. So y'all saw what's been transpiring over these last couple of days, man. It's unfortunate that things are happening this way, man. And now, you know, she's getting this backlash, man. The Clarkies are crashing out, man. I went on and dropped the link in the chat, man. So anybody that want to come up, man, y'all go and hit the y'all go and hit that link. I see you in the background, Mike. I'm gonna bring you up here shortly. Let me get some more people that's gonna come in so we can fill it up and we can talk about it. This would be a great conversation that we can talk about. I know everybody has a lot that they want to say. I know a lot of people got a lot of opinions, but it's basically, we talked about it all year long about who are the true fans of Caitlin Clark. Who are the true fans? I don't know. And when people always say why we categorize the fans, it's every time something like this happens, man, more and more exposure happens. More and more exposure happens. Let me go ahead and bring Mike up on the stage. What up, Mike? You there, Mike?
What's going on, KSAP?
What's going on, man? How you doing, my brother?
I'm well. How you doing?
All right, hanging in there, man. How about yourself?
Chilling. Yeah, so I think what we're witnessing is, it's not even basketball, right? So for the last 8 years, you basically in America have a war of ideologies, right?
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where many people associate their politics almost as a form of religion, right?
Uh-huh.
And right now, she's been thrown right into the middle of this fray. And it is a very, very ugly game.
It is.
Yeah, my apologies. That's my son in the background
Oh,
crying.
that's all right.
But anyways, so I don't even think it was what she said in the article. It was the 2 words. Something that will set off the far right is the 2 words when you say white privilege.
Yeah.
Because it's for them, they consider that what they refer to as quote unquote woke, right?
Yep.
So now you have 2 sides of the coin. You have the liberal media and you have the right-wing media. The liberal media owns the mainstream media. The right-wing media owns the social media game, right?
Yep.
They own it by far. They're destroying our ratings. I looked at the numbers. It's crazy. So when they see that, they're going to attach to it. And I don't even think my opinion, I don't even think they care about her. I think they're trying to use her as an example for the next person. That's what I think they're trying to do, right? So they're going to hit her probably harder and harder and harder, not because they care or think anything about her. I really believe they don't even care about the league. They're going to use her for the next person as an example. And I know, like, liberals get credit for cancel culture, right? Because that's what they used to always accuse them of. But I always say, the liberal game for cancel culture, they might get mad at a person, tweet him. It might end up costing them their job. But when the right wing comes to cancel you, they destroy businesses. We're talking about Disney lost, like, what, at one point over 100 billion in market cap. Yep. Bud Light got hit. So they come hard because they have the social media game. And they use these words. They use these words that will tap into people's emotions, right? And she's becoming the figurehead for that. It's a very, very dirty thing. And they will point that weapon at anybody they don't like. And we're witnessing it in real time. And I told people, I was like, oh, it's going to get, in my opinion, very, very ugly. When you have Elon Musk, who's arguably the second most powerful man in the country, arguably the second most powerful man in the country, KSAP, tweeting about this, he subtweeted something. That's when you know it's serious. It's been having, I don't have Twitter, but my friend be letting me look at his phone.
Yeah.
It's been trending for what now? 2-3 days? We're talking about Caitlin Clark. We're not talking about a president or something. This is how serious the culture war is right now. And it's disgusting because it's the country's so divided at this point. It just hate being spewed every direction.
And the crazy thing about it is, Mike, when CNN picks it up, a lot of people don't, a lot of people say CNN's fake news, but that's one of the major broadcasting news, around the world. And when CNN picks it up and Caitlin Clark is the topic of discussion because of what she said in that Time magazine article, like you said, it's ugly, man. And it's unfortunate. Like I've said, a lot of people always say, man, we can't categorize these Caitlin Clark fans. But you gotta prove me otherwise, right? Because every time something like this occurs, we see the downfall, we see the trickle down effect, and then people always say, "Well, it's not all Caitlin Clark fans." Well, the more and more things come out like this, the more and more these Caitlin Clark fans get exposed.
Oh, and I'm glad you mentioned the CNN article too, right? So that CNN article was tweeted on CNN Sports, right? And I'm a stat guy. I'm a numbers person. That's my background, right? So I love reviewing the data. This CNN Sports page only normally gets about 1,000 views per tweet, right? And almost when I went down a few days, nobody was even subtweeting them. This specific clip that they had posted, the one with the owner of the Washington Mystics, you know what it hit in less than a day? They go from 1,000 total. Like you can go back 3-4 days ago, you'll see their post got 1,000 views. You know what they hit in about 12 hours, KSAP?
About
2
a million
views.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think they was subtweeted and all the engagement on that tweet. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see what the Washington Mystics owner, she did that interview. Did you watch it or no, KSAP?
No, I didn't see it yet. I've looked at it, but I didn't pay full attention to it.
Okay, she did an interview where she basically questioned why didn't they just put the whole WNBA team, and a lot of people are the WNBA league on the Times cover, and a lot of people are crashing out. I'm of the opinion, because listen, that woman is a billionaire. Her and her husband used to own BT. She knows the media. She's smart. I'm starting to think she did that on purpose to take the heat off of Clark and put it on her, looking out for her.
Well, hey, smart people do things like that. Sometimes, when you have this attention on you, right? Somebody's gonna come in and take that attention off of you and try to relieve it and try to take the focus somewhere else.
Yeah, I think this potentially, in my opinion, could be one of those cases. Like a lot of people have issue with what she said. I'm like, no, she just did Clark a favor. She put the heat on her right now. And she's an older, smart, intelligent woman. She's a billionaire. So this could be, I'm not saying for sure, but she could be like, let the heat come on me. I can handle it. I got the resources to handle it. Shift it away from this. Okay, thanks a lot for the time.
That's a good point. Hey, we got Lakeisha on here. What's going on, Lakeisha?
Nothing much. I was just sitting here listening to y'all talk.
Man, go ahead and stir it up because you already stirred the pot.
Let me tell you something. I once I start seeing CNN going in, I said, "Oh, now she done made it to CNN. Come on, man, come." And she didn't really even. The article wasn't nothing. I don't want to say the word. It wasn't provocative. She wasn't saying nothing so crazy, and she wasn't taking a hard stance on anything. She was just saying how she see it, and they took that as a shot at them. But I will say this: I don't like bullies. They trying to bully this girl into their own beliefs. Yeah. They want her to be a poster child of something that they believe in. She never signed up for that. Why wouldn't she denounce it? She didn't sign up to be no poster child for some kind of right-wing movement. She signed up to play basketball and influence women's sports. So if she's not uplifting women's sports, the leagues in which she play in, then what good is she as an athlete if she's not uplifting the league she plays in? Yeah, people got to make this make sense.
Yeah, but the key word, like Mike said, is when she used that word white privilege. That kind of triggered a lot of people, man. And it's unfortunate that you finally come out and you take a stance, right? Mm-hmm. And however you wanted to word it, if it came from you, if it came from your handlers, but it's already out there, it's written, right? So now people can look at it. And the take is when you look at something like that in writing, you can focus in on it and you can try to understand exactly what you're meaning by it. So in this case, when she said what she had to say about the white privilege, then she took a stance when she advocated for all the blacks in the WNBA that came before her. Mm-hmm. That even raised the antenna a little bit higher. So now what's happening is, like we say, these Clarkies, they have caused all this confusion. And then what we always say, people say, well, we can't put all Clark fans in this category. Well, y'all got to prove me otherwise at this point now.
Yes, we can.
Because the thing about it is, the more and more things come out like this, the more and more these Clark fans get exposed.
But K-Sap, I will say this. She did use the word white privilege. And they love to use words like woke and cancel culture and all this other stuff. But they are hijacked. These two movements, these two polarizing movements between the left and the right are hijacking words that started in the Black community. We didn't ask them to take this woke word to another level.
Yeah.
Woke was a word. Woke was a word back in the 70s and 80s.
Woke was ours. That's right. It was
back in
ours.
the 70s and 80s was an African American term that was
Not even
meant
80s.
be aware of what
90s.
aware of what politics is doing to Black communities. Woke wasn't a left a left ideology. And the fact that the media has made this some kind of left ideology against right ideology, racism is still racism. That ain't no right ideology. That's just racism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woke is an African American term that just tells you to be woke about what's going on in your community. And of course, people cancel organizations that had racist ideologies. That's why we originally was canceling people. Not because we don't like them, but because they didn't share the values we shared. I don't know how they have twisted this whole thing into something ugly that it never was set out to be.
Hey, good point, Lakeisha. You broke that down like your like you say your soliloquy was so beautiful. Okay, we got Bro Claude in here, Gingerbread Man. What's going on, man? What's your take?
Yo, what's up, Kate? Sap?
What's up,
What's
man?
up, Sister Lakeisha? What's up, Rad?
What's up?
Going on?
What's going on, brother?
All right, listen, y'all. Listen. We are at war with the social unpopularity contest. Okay. So when I say unpopularity, meaning that if this community is not popular for them, they hate it, reject it, and demise it. Each one of those words have meaning. What you have here is a young lady who, man, I'm so appreciative of this Time magazine situation, that people get to see now the exposure of what so-called right wing, left wing. No, like Sister Keisha said, woke meant that our turn. Hey, are you opening your eyes? Do you really see what's going on? Do you see what's happening around here? You know what I'm saying? Are you asleep or are you woke, my man? So they took our turn because, of course, that's what, them folks do. You know what I mean? They try to get inside of our culture vulture, you know what I mean, like Vlad, and they get they in-betweeners to try to explain what straight up mean. Oh, what do that mean? Oh man, I'm straight. Then we went from straight up to straight. You know what I mean? What do that mean? Is that different? You know what I mean? I literally had different folk ask me what's the difference in that term. It meant the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? So when you got culture vultures trying to, you know what I mean, as they always have done in everything that we've done, in all that we have done. Country music was ours and still is. Jazz music is ours and still is. Rock and roll music is ours and still is. R&B, rhythm and blues, and rap music, everything that this society is built on in music is ours. You know what I mean? I'm a musical head. And when it comes to sports and entertainment, it's ours. So I get to have to look at a person like Megyn Kelly And I'm so disappointed in just the way that society can put these type of driving Miss Daisy characters up in our face and make us have to eat it. It's like really ridiculous. So what Caitlyn did was she just, you know, took her stand, what she was supposed to, but she also wanted to crush the backlash on the cult. You got what I'm saying? So she wants to get rid of the cult that's following her because where this girl is going, you know what I mean? She don't want that type of, you know, bad cascade, you know, behind her, and these people really benefiting in society over her name and who she is. She's a basketball player. She's an individual. She gonna like or dislike certain things, but they made this girl in our society a white Cinderella, and everybody else is the dwarfs. And she gets to parade around and throw flowers. You get what I'm saying? She gets to throw the flowers and everything and invite them to the party. You know, Caitlin Clark made this happen and everybody else is invited to the party. Well, she shut that down. She shut that shit down and they so upset. So what I have to say is that at the end of the day, what we're talking about is a clash of the titans. When I say the clash of the titans, meaning that certain people are trying to fight for their existence. And there's no need to fight for existence. We should be fighting for inclusion. What the great Dr. Martin Luther King actually ultimately got murdered for. Inclusion. Being just knowing that the starting line is the starting line. Not we back here on the starting line and y'all up here got a starting line. And when the gun go, pow, you already in front to when you know what I mean to start the race. What we're trying to do in this society, and me in particular, I'm part of Generation X. What we're trying to do is don't push the totem pole, don't move it, keep the starting line right there. Keep the same energy, right? That's the word, right? Keep that same energy in everything that you do. Even as we are now becoming the new media. You know what I mean? On Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, this is the new media. This is what's happening right now. This is the truth telling part. And most people don't want to tell the truth actually in what it is. It's an undergarment for what your racist emotion that you gurgitated in trying to throw it out up underneath. And then you got your fanboys, you know, I'm gonna talk about that at 10 o'clock on my podcast. You know, the fanboy podcasters are spewing so much hate towards this girl. It's ridiculous. But it's the same ones who praised her. And it reminds me of the story of you know, Jesus Christ. We're gonna end it right there. It reminds me of that. And I think that this is a privilege and unprivileged situation for everyone that's involved in Caitlin Clark's circle. And that also goes for the WNBA. But once again, Commissioner, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility now, especially now that this girl then won this award and also said what she had to say. You have a responsibility to clean this game up and to also keep these players safe and they people safe when they go up on this court. Because this girl is already receiving death threats from a 3-day interview and an award that she clearly, you know what I mean, earned. She clearly earned as a Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? For as I'm concerned, when it comes to basketball, but for as all around sports, I could have gave it to, you know what I mean, Simone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna speak about that. But
man, hey, that's a great take, bro, Claude. Just 1 second. Let me address this super chat, and then we're gonna get the brass real quick. Just 1 second. Appreciate your Aunt Dix for the $10 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He said, I was so hoping that all this would go away after she said what she said. And we can talk basketball, but the race barrier will never. It's just too strong. And we talk about it all the time, Aunt, man. It's unfortunate, man, that race is still a part of, national sports, national media, and everything we do, man. It hasn't went away, man. As much as we would like to say that it has, subdued a little bit, but the more and more things that happen this way, it gets elevated, like you just said, man. And it's unfortunate, man. And it's like when you raising your children, man, you know what I'm saying? The people that, that we're bringing up. And, we talked about it with the police brutality, man. What do you say to your Black sons and daughters when they go out and they get stopped by police? This is conversations that need to be had, man. It's unfortunate that this young lady from Iowa that wants to just play basketball has been thrown in the mix, and everything has just been elevated, man. And it's unfortunate, man. But Brass, man, what's your take, man?
Hey, what's good, family?
What's going on, man?
What's good, Brass?
Chilling. Look, we're supposed to be talking about. Well, let me put it like this. Coming into the last WNBA season that just passed with these rookies, with Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and them being touted as the next Bird and Magic. Okay. What has been revealed is what we've been talking about for the last couple days about this whole thing since the Time magazine article came out, is that Clarkies were hiding behind WNBA statistics and slander against Angel Reese in between and propping up Caitlin. None of this stuff, they always want to deny race. This ain't about race. We just love Caitlin Clark. But what this has revealed with Caitlin Clark's comments is that they were and I said this the other day, they were using Caitlin Clark as a bulwark against a perceived Black supremacy. Because if you let these fools tell it, they think that Black supremacy exists. There's no such thing as Black supremacy. And I'm going to tell you why. We don't control the economy of this country. We don't control whether white folks can get a job or not. We can't control whether or not white folks can get into a college. We can't control white folks and who they sell their houses to.
Absolutely.
We can't control what kind of education white folks should have. We don't dictate those terms. We don't own a significant amount of WNBA, NBA, NFL, NHL, let alone NHL, Major League Baseball franchises. We got some Black, like Magic Johnson. They put their little money in or whatever, and I say little money in because it's little money compared to white folk money.
55 billion.
So, but this is the thing. This is what they fear. They fear the rise of Black people. We've been under their foot for so long, for so many centuries, that they're not used to seeing us buck and try to get out from under their foot. They believe that their destiny is called manifest destiny. They believe that their manifest destiny is to rule over the dark people of the earth and to dominate. They have a racist. I don't know if y'all heard of this term called paternalism. Paternalism is a psychosis that is very, very prominent in white folks. And it could be liberal white folks. It could be conservative white folks. Even liberal white folks who want to be invited to the cookout, have a black boyfriend, have a black husband, they also have a level of paternalism. And what I mean, what is meant by paternalism is that they think that they, by birth right and by God, divinely given by God, to be our guides, our advisors, our being their subjects, and to look to them for rulership and guidance. You see what I'm saying? So they have this notion that we're supposed to do what they say at all times. It's a psychosis with them. And when we go against that, it kind of messes them up. It messes them up. They choose our leaders. They choose where we should live. And really, it's about choosing our leaders. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because there are some leaders in the black community, of our leaders in the black community, that they don't like. So what do? They lie on them. And I don't want to get off into another tangent about this particular leader that I have in mind, whether you agree with him or not. White folks don't like him. And I'm not talking about Malcolm X. I'm talking about Minister Farrakhan.
Off of every platform. Every platform.
In particular, an 80-something-year-old man who has never did anything to anybody white or Jewish, because the Jews don't like him either. Zionist Jews in particular.
Go ahead.
But like I said, I'm not going to go off into that. But they fear our rise, and he's been saying that for years. Since he stood up in 1977 and started talking to black folks, when the Million Man March being the culmination of that man's influence and power. He's been that Million Man March was a complete nightmare for white folks.
Time magazine
that is a complete nightmare.
Yeah.
Now that trauma is carrying over even to this Caitlin Clark situation, because they don't want black folks to rise. So when Caitlin Clark joined the chorus of uplifting and giving black women their flowers, that is a very big problem for them. They don't want that. They're very sensitive to that. They don't want that. So now they're attacking her in coded language. And what they're saying is about her apologizing for being white. What they're saying is she's apologizing for being in a position which by birthright she's supposed to be in, and that is superior.
Man,
that's why they're saying that she hates her superiority. That's what they're saying. You are apologizing for something you by birth should be in a position of authority and superiority over the dark peoples of the planet. That's basically what they're saying.
Get that man a machine gun, K-Sap. Get that man a machine gun.
Look, check this out, man. Brass, man. You was cooking with high heat. You was cooking with high heat. But let me address this real quick, man. Shout out to Majik Man Hero for the $10 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
Okay, and for those who just now came in the chat, T. Carmelo, you've been asking me to post that CNN link. Let me go ahead and show you. I'm not going to post the link. I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly the video of what they was talking about so you can get a better understanding. But here it is.
before her were black, helped build. There's nothing controversial about that, and it doesn't need to be.
It feels so bland.
Yeah, she
It's
doesn't
like
need to
bland
be.
and gracious.
Why are people attacking her for that? I don't understand.
I don't know. I feel like it says more about the people who are getting offended by it than her.
I think they're just disappointed that she appears to have been captured by the woke mob.
You don't like
and here's the disappointment.
It's the white privilege. Let him articulate this, because I want to learn something.
I feel a little bad for her because she's going to learn that it will never be enough. No matter how much of the phrasing, no matter how much of the groveling you do, it will never be enough for the people in that league that hate her guts.
Why do you assume
they hate her
that
guts?
Why do you assume that she is trying to pander? Isn't it also
because I hear the language? It's the language of the pandering.
Scott, listen, let's get off the internet.
So you guys heard that, yeah. That was interesting, man.
Hey, you know another thing that's going on here, KSAP? Sexism is going on here too, because how dare she, a woman, have her own voice and say what she really is behind? No, no, no. We've been taking care of you and shielding you from the big bad black women. You should just be quiet and let us take care of it for you. You don't need to speak, baby. Just go sit down. You just a little baby girl. Just go sit over there on the left and let us take care of all these big black women that's being mean to you.
Yeah.
It's condescending. It's acting like she's not a grown woman.
Yeah.
When you have a fat bastard doing that, he's like this little girl from Iowa, Jason Crash Out. This little girl, from our neighborhood who we had so much faith in, that's just so, ultimately good. We just don't want her to be tainted. And this is a black man.
That's a good word.
Saying that. This is what he's saying. It's not a word. He's saying that she was tainted and being tainted by black women. No matter what, he's pushing all of the black women. First of all, he's scrutinizing black women, first of all.
He put them all in the same box.
He's doing a character draw on the black women, in particularly playing basketball right now in the WNBA as LBGTQ. Okay, I'm a nice worded. And all the women that's in the WNBA is not gay. Yeah. All the black women are not gay. Let's get this straight on Simply Ball Dropping podcast, because I know it's a lot of viewers. All the black women in the WNBA is not gay. Not even a multitude of those women are gay. You understand? Not that it's anything. You love who you love, but keep that out of it. They playing basketball, man. They putting the ball in the hoop, man. They putting the ball on the floor, man. They got offenses and defenses of how strategically to keep the ball from going in and to go into the hoop, man. Why we
that's the way it's supposed to be, bro, Claude. That's the way it's supposed to be.
We thought that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, it is. That's in essence, that's the way it's supposed to be. If you let them tell, them tell it, they supposed to separate politics from sports.
Yeah.
But they only do that when it's convenient. They only say that when it's convenient. When they don't want to hear uncomfortable truth. Or you're not supposed to mix politics with basketball or sports. Yeah, you're saying that because what I'm saying about politically, you don't like to hear. Yeah. But if I was a right winger and Caitlin Clark's gate, all of a sudden it's okay to talk politics and basketball now because I'm on your side. I believe as you believe. You see what I'm saying? So
I got you on that.
So it's convenient for them to say certain things.
Yeah. So basically, what her supporters are basically telling her is, you need to shut up and dribble, flipping the script.
Well,
you
now,
shut up and dribble.
Now,
absolutely.
Now, she came out and said, "I've been bullied. I don't like the way I've been bullied. These women in this league, they are jealous of me. They don't like me. I don't know why. If she would have said something like that in the Time magazine, she would get flowers, cupcakes, candy, and she'd probably be the ambassador to Trump, to the Trump White House.
Well, they wanted her to come up there and lie though, Brass.
Of course.
But
because they're liars.
But you know
they
what's
want
crazy?
her to be like them because they're liars.
But you know what's crazy? That whole interview that she did in the Time magazine, right? But she had a sit-down interview with Maria Teller. And like that whole energy was totally different. Like we said this the first time that we talked about her, Lakeisha, was like, what was behind it? Did she really have an input in that? Was that her handlers answering the questionnaire? Because when Maria Teller interviewed her, I'll play it. Let me give y'all what Maria Teller and Caitlin Clark talked about. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Great. You look pretty good. Thank you so much. It's been interesting because since your article dropped, I gotta say, it has got all the buzz. If you are on X, if you're on Instagram, TikTok for the young kids, you know that Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. How has your 24 hours been since the articles dropped?
It's been awesome, and just the reaction. Obviously, people so excited not only about women's basketball, but about women's sports, and how excited and deserving, not only myself, but just women's sports as a whole, the year that we've had. And I've grown up a huge women's sports fan, whether it was basketball, whether it was soccer, whether it was volleyball, you go down the list. Like, I grew up loving it and watching it. So it's pretty special. Like, it doesn't really feel real that I get to be here, but an amazing honor.
She says that, but also like when she was 8 years old, she was writing down like, oh, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the WNBA. Gregory did such a great job with the article, but it feels like over the last year, you've learned so much. Like, what are the things that have shaped you over the course of your first WNBA season, coming out of college and starting this professional career?
Well, it's been a crazy year. It's hard to think about. Like, I was basically just starting my senior year of college at this time last year. And then I graduated. I missed my college graduation, got drafted here in New York City, basically moved right to Indianapolis, and basically start like a whole new chapter of your life instantly, and you don't really have much time to adjust. But lucky enough, I had a really great support system and family around, and I'm from the Midwest, so didn't take me too long. But this past year has just been amazing, and it's fun to reflect back and think about all the amazing things that I was able to accomplish and the people that I got to do it with. I think that's what's made it so special. Is I've had my family with me the whole time, my friends, amazing teammates, amazing coaches, and it wouldn't be possible without all of them. So just really fortunate.
Yeah, Caitlin is like one of the most humble people I know, because like when I tell you she's changed the game, we have the Atlanta Dream is the hometown team in Georgia. They usually play in an arena about 6,000 people. When Caitlin Clark came to town, they moved them to where the Atlanta Hawks play, which is like 20,000 people. It sold out because she was playing there. The number of Indiana Fever fans I saw and young girls and the way they were lighting up, I mean, you have represented something so special for the sport, but you've drawn eyes to a game that you've always grown up loving. What does that mean to you?
You know, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because I'm so focused and so competitive, and I love the game. I love playing. I love being in front of the fans. But over the course of probably the last 2.5 years, it's all kind of changed where, you know, it's hard to get a ticket whether we're at home or whether we're on the road. And I don't want to say it's something you get used to because this hasn't been normal for women's sports, but it's becoming normal, and it's becoming what's going to happen for not only women's basketball but every women's sport. It's going to be hard to get a ticket.
Claim it.
So I think for myself, like, it's special to see those young girls and those young boys that bring signs or are with their mom or dad or are with their friends. Like, that's a memory that they're going to share for forever. I remember my first WNBA game, one of the best memories of my childhood, and I think very influential in wanting to be a professional basketball player, wanting to be a great person, having those people to look up to and want to be like one day. So I just try to embody that every single day, and I feel like I have good perspective on, like, basketball isn't my everything. Like, yeah, I love it, and I get to do it, and it's given me a lot of really great opportunities, but at the same time, you know, win or loss, I feel like I try to be the same person.
What would you say? We've also seen like a boom in investment. You know, shout out Lisa, you want to come invest in the WNBA? We got you, girl. We can hook you up.
She wants to buy a team. Woo!
Yeah, come on through. Come on, girl.
And you know what? That right there, man. That I listened to that. It was a 14-minute clip, and I listened to the whole thing. And out of that whole clip, they never got into what, because if you understand how Maria Teller started off the interview, was talking about how has your 24 hours been ever since you dropped the interview, but nowhere in that clip that was provided they address what sparked the controversy. Just one second. Let me get to this, then we'll get back off into it. Hey, shout out to Majik Man Hero for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He said we have something greater than money. It's called soul, which allows us to excel and forgiveness for our people have been through. Appreciate that, man. Yeah,
hell, that means hell.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I'm gonna tell you, K-Sap. You know
You
the
see the
reason
double
why
hockey sticks right there.
Mm-hmm.
you know the reason why she can't get into it live is her handlers are scared that she might say the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Okay.
She probably is some people are not good off the cuff. Like you are good off the cuff. I'm probably off the cuff. I can be good, but some people, they're not good. They start talking and rambling, and it goes down a rabbit hole that.
What network was that? Was that interview? Excuse me, Lakeisha. I'm sorry. What network was Maria? Is that NBC?
Yeah,
MSNBC.
Yeah. Maria Teller. You know, she's part of NBC. She does a lot of interviews. But when I looked at it at first, I looked at Caitlin Clark's demeanor. It looked like she was real nervous because, like you said, uncomfortable, like you said, off the cuff, right? I know they probably sat down and discussed, okay, this is what I'm gonna ask you, but she still seemed like she was a little tense, like she could have been prepared for, okay, is that question gonna come? Is the question gonna come? And like you said, Lakeisha, she didn't want to say the wrong thing at the wrong time, man. And I just look at everybody's demeanor when they're talking, and I just looked at her. She just felt a little bit uncomfortable with that interview. I don't know if that's just her personality or what, because we don't see much of Caitlin Clark coming out speaking, so we don't know what her demeanor is. But from what I took of it,
she kind of shadow.
Yeah. I was gonna say she's kind of
we're
shy.
so used to Angel K-Sap
Yeah.
that our curve is higher
Yeah.
because we're so used to her being able to articulate how she's feeling and just coming straight off the dome. She's not like that.
Yeah, she's a little shy.
Shy girl. She's a shy girl. You know.
Go ahead, Boko.
What I'm saying is she's a shy girl, but
Yeah.
the thing is this, y'all. We got to keep the main thing the main thing. What this girl stood for in her interview, she stood for solidarity, but she also stood for righteousness. So, I mean, I'm going to take us back to 1968 with Tommy Smith and John Carlson, right? The first brothers to put them fists up right after the Olympic run, the gold and the silver, right? Then you got Colin Kaepernick taking a knee in the NFL. They always find a reason, politically or Americanized, weaponize what's American when we stand up for ourselves or someone that talks out for us, just to get our kudos, just for us to get our just due. We're not asking for anything extra because they never gave us anything extra anyway. What this girl is she was just giving love to who her favorite player was, which was Maya Moore, which arguably was the greatest basketball player to string them up, arguably. But she also made it a conversation for when are these people, these women, gonna get their just due in society, in a game that I love so much that I even mimicked the way they play in the art that I'm in the game right now today that you see me on, that y'all giving me accolades for. That's it.
Hold on, Brass. Hold on just 1 second.
Okay,
Let me
go ahead.
address Tim. Tim, what I stated was the 14-minute clip that Time Magazine put up there, it didn't focus on the comments that Megyn Kelly said. So that's what I'm talking about. The clip that I got from Time Magazine, it was a 14-minute clip. I know it wasn't a full interview, but the 14-minute clip that Time Magazine put on their social media, on their YouTube, did not address that. That's what I'm talking about, Tim. Just 1 second. Hey, shout out to Ronnie Repass with a $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Yes, that wasn't the full interview. She responded to Megyn Kelly's comment. But if you go on YouTube right now and go into Time and you look at the interview with her and Maria Teller, it was 14 minutes. That did not address that. That's all I'm saying, guys. All right, go ahead, Brass.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I really don't care if mainstream media, white folks acknowledge our black women. They don't never acknowledge black folks. God in the end is going to give us what we deserve as a people from the hell that we caught in this country. I'm looking to God to prop us up. I'm not looking to white folks to prop us up. I don't care about what they do. Now when you talk about woke, as you so brilliantly broke down, Sister Keisha, that's exactly what woke means with us. It means aware of what's going on as it relates to how we're treated and how we're looked at in this society. Not being asleep, walking around thinking one thing, but yet another thing is happening. I think what's the brother's name who wrote the song "Stay Woke"?
Stay woke.
Yeah, that's what that means, and it goes across the board. It's not only politically, but stay woke as a person who is dating a woman or a woman dating a man. Stay woke. You never know what's going on with these Negroes out here that you date.
Right.
Be aware of the sign. Be aware of the signs of him being a down low or he cheating on you.
There you go.
You feel me? Stay woke. Stay alert. It means stay alert.
Now that it changes into some kind of ideology.
Yeah. Well, it's been weaponized against us to make it seem like we're paranoid, insane, or psychotically suspicious of everything that goes on. Well, like we call everything racism.
Macy Gray.
Yeah, Macy Gray. They got
Gray.
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino, yeah.
Hold on, just 1 second. Let me address this. Shout out to Sportsway with Dre Day podcast for the $10 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
Appreciate the support, my brother. All right, go ahead, Brass.
Okay, and one thing I want to emphasize with us, as far as staying woke, I want us to focus on the reaction to Caitlin Clark, not Caitlin Clark herself. I'm not, I'm past the point of when white folks say something good about us, that all of a sudden they can come to my cookout. I'm past that. I'm not to say that she's insincere, sincere. I don't know. Time will tell. Actions will tell. What she says out of her mouth, that's all well and good, but I want to see her actions. I don't care. What she said was quote unquote powerful. I get it. And it's getting a reaction and it's exposing for who they really are, the Clarkies.
Yeah.
That's the good, but that's what I want us to focus on.
Yeah.
The reaction, not giving Caitlin her flowers and throwing roses at her feet. I'm not going to do that. I'm not worshiping her. I'm not saying y'all are, but I'm saying in general.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? I want us to focus on the reaction and how we react to the reaction.
Yeah, that was the point of it.
That was the point.
Like I said, when I came on here and Lakeisha sent it to me and she was talking about CNN picked it up because of how the Clarkies are reacting to what she said. They crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
They They like Pookie right now. They you know, they want that pipe right now. You know what I'm saying? So and like you said, the reaction is strong and brass. Like I've always said, you know, people will come up in the chat and say it's not all Clark fans, but until you show me different, I don't know how to categorize y'all, because it seems like every time something of this magnitude comes out, what happens?
And it ain't just the white Clarkies, because there's some Negro Clarkies out there too.
Yeah.
Hey, so like Jennings, that guy Jennings is a regular pundit on CNN, and he's crashing out on national TV.
Oh yeah, on national TV.
Exactly. So is
just
he
like
is he one of them bots, or is he a real fan that's crashing out?
Man, like Keisha, we don't know, because if we say that he is one of y'all, then all Clark fans are not equal. Until y'all show me different right now, I gotta stay that all Clark fans are this way.
Yeah, I don't know how to distinguish them, because at first y'all told me it was the crazy racist people online that's hiding behind the laptop, behind the computer, right?
Yeah, keyboard holder.
This person ain't hiding behind no computer. This person was on national TV, crashing out.
Crashing out.
Go ahead, Brooklyn.
So what we have here is that our great fighter, Muhammad Ali, in one of his interviews, and he was talking about how do you know the difference between a good snake and a bad snake. He said, hell.
Poisonous snake versus a non-poisonous snake. Yeah.
So a snake, to him, when he see 1,000 snakes coming, he gonna shut the door. Because guess what? He don't have time to say, oh, that's a good snake, and that's a good snake, and that's a good snake, because they all moving towards you in the same direction. So therefore, we can't sit here and say, oh, he's a good club. You know what I mean? People like Wody Mack, he's a Caitlin Clark fan, right? But Wody Mack keeps it real on this panel, on this show, on how he articulates the way that he like it, his fandom, and the way that he can express himself. You know what I mean? Well, I like people that comes up to say what they feel, but also to give us a real picture of the way they think, or they're looking at this in particular person, you know, and player. I can sit there in a barbershop with them. I can sit there and have a good dialogue, because not that you're wrong, your opinion is your opinion. And if you have an opinion about something, okay, that's fine, that's your opinion. But that don't mean it has to be everyone else's opinion. Be open enough to have your opinion, and then if you're open enough to have your own opinion, be open enough to have someone else give you their opinion, so that we can also give each other food, so that we can take, you know what I mean, whatever we're talking about to the next level. But the way that this thing is going, y'all, I'm just being honest with you, it's a tool bag for the racist media, because it is racist media. They are still there. The racist people and the racist cycle of life. This is the opportunity that has been crushed by them trying to drive this girl home down that line. Because Megyn Kelly said, if she would have just only been quiet and just been neutral. What do you mean, Megyn? What, she shut up and dribble, Megyn? That's what you mean, Megyn? If she would have just kept quiet and rolled it out and let people like you, who have been dropped from several different, you know what I mean, situations in your life, because you are a racist, Megyn Kelly, because you really are driving Miss Daisy, Megyn Kelly. So the thing is, man, at the bottom of the day, man, we have to look at this thing what it is. It's a basketball game that's being played by women. And now, because it's dominated by black women is looked at chicken, watermelon, and basketball shooting. Y'all heard about that. Y'all know that. I mean, my old schoolers. Give them a basketball, chicken, and watermelon, they satisfied the whole day. You know what I mean? This is what they want us to do as black people. And LeBron was told to shut up and dribble. Don't give me your political thoughts. We don't want to hear what you think about such and such and so and so. So I'm just saying, man, I'm with you, Braz, and how you just broke that down, man. That was just so good, and the people needed to hear you, Braz, and what you were saying. I think Sister Lakeisha, you also give so much exposure from a sister's point of view. And K-Sap, my question is to you, is where do we take our media outlet from here?
I mean, that's a good question, man, because, you know, like I've said, ever since I've been doing this, man, I want to be one of the ones that, you know, call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
Don't dance around nothing. If somebody asks me a question, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to be fair. And like I told you guys, for all y'all's opinions are valid. I can't change your opinion. I give you that space to, you know, get your opinions off. But as part of the media in this YouTube social media space, in the YouTube media, I want to be one of them that people can actually genuinely come over here and say, this panel in K-Sap, they keep it 100%. And they talk stuff that people really don't want to hear. Because like I told you last night, Lakeisha, what we do over here, we create content. We not TMZ, right? We giving you actual factuals. We have different perspectives from different people that come up on the panel, like as such as a Bro Claude. He gonna give you a history lesson. So for people that want to hear what went on back in the days and not abreast to that, Bro Claude gonna break it down to you. Just like brass tacks. I didn't know he could get that deep. And that there was always a saying when I was in school, when people used to talk to me, I would used to say, hey, I'm not shallow, so if you can swim, let's go deep. And, you know, people didn't understand that. They didn't understand that, how I could get deep and cultivated into a lot of conversations. And they'd be like, Dag, I didn't know that about that guy. So every time somebody comes up on the panel and gives them actual factuals, I just think that's a representation of myself displaying off into my panel. And I want that to move through the YouTube media space. Like Zoe always say, I'm one of them ones. I think my podcast is one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't sugarcoat nothing. Like, I got people that come up on this panel that can articulate themselves well, they can express themselves well, and they can get their point across where everybody can understand it. And like I said about Brass tonight, I'm like, damn, he took me down a road that a lot of people needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. And just like Sister Lakeisha, as a woman, when I first met her, I asked her, damn, how did you get the knowledge about the sports and stuff? She told me how she got it. But as long as she's been on this panel, she has brought a different aspect to what we're doing over here. Every lady that steps up on here has brought a different aspect. Just like Brooklyn, he brings a different aspect. When Wody Mack, you touched on Wody Mack, brings a different aspect. When Zoe comes up on here, he keeps it real, brings a different aspect. But as far as your question with the media, I want my podcast to be the voice of this YouTube media space when it comes to deep conversations like this that people don't want to talk about because all they do is produce hate videos. We keep it professional over here where we just don't talk sports. We can break the sports down, but when a curveball comes our way, we know how to hit that out the park as well.
Absolutely.
So it's like when we talking stuff like this, like who would produce a show talking about the backlash that Caitlin Clark is getting, but diving in it deep the way we diving into it?
Nobody.
Good question.
And they only mad because she's trying to stop them from using her name to perpetuate hate against other players in her league.
Man,
That's
say
the
that
only
one more.
reason
Say
why.
that one more time, Keisha. You got to say it louder.
They're only mad because she's trying to stop them from using her name to perpetuate hate against other players in her league that she participates in.
There you go.
That's what they're mad about.
And K-Sap, going back to that interview with Maria Taylor, it's something that she said that that's very, very interesting. We should think about, or rather, what Caitlin responding to her question said. Caitlin said that when she goes to these arenas and see all these little girls wearing her jersey, it's a surreal feeling. I wonder how many of those little girls saw that Time magazine article. I wonder how many of those little girls, white girls in particular, responded to when she said about white privilege. Because even though they may not, a lot of them may be too young to really grasp or to understand it, the seed is dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, when you drop a seed in the soil, it's not going to look like a big ear of corn just yet, but it's there.
That's right. That's right.
But when the water and the nutrients and the sun hit it, it's going to grow. So things are going to happen in these young girls' lives that's going to make them recall what they saw or what they heard in that Time magazine and the resultant response to it. I think that's deep to see these and how their parents react. What are their parents telling them right now? Particularly, we know what the crash out is telling them. Don't listen to that. You should be proud to be white. You should be proud to be a part of a race that rules the planet. You should be proud that you're superior. You should be proud that you're better than them negras.
Yeah, I mean that's. I agree with you 100%. And sometimes I sit back and think when conversations come up like this, and what you just said, Brass, about what are these parents telling these young girls that are wearing these Caitlin Clark jerseys? You know what I'm saying? And I would love to be a fly on the wall in their homes to see what kind of conversations are being had.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? So in this case, what you said, it's huge, because like you said, Caitlin responded like, showing up to these games, seeing these young women in my jersey, that makes her feel all mushy inside. But like you said, now do these young girls, like you said, they might not be old enough to understand what's really going on right now. But like you said, that seed is out there. So as you get older, this stuff is going to be there. It's not going to go away. The same person that you representing, you didn't know that this was going on because you was too young to understand what was going on. And I'll take it a step further. When Skip was talking about Russell Westbrook and the way he used to go and tell, like, hey, my name is Russell Westbrook. My kids are old enough to know what's going on, because when they go to school and people making fun of, hey, Westbrook, that's hurting them children.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with something like this, it has a ripple down effect. And this is what happened when Caitlin Clark made her statements. It's a ripple down effect, because it's basically like we've said right now, they telling us to shut up and dribble. They telling her to shut up and dribble.
But you know what, K-Sap? If you're Caitlin Clark or you Angel Reese or you any one of these women that's moving the conversation forward, when you show up to the arena and you see all these little girls with these jerseys on, you feel a sense of responsibility to stand up and use your platform for good, because those little eyeballs are watching you.
Yes.
No matter what those crazy parents might be saying in the background, kids are impressionable, and when they can see right and wrong too. And sometimes you can be that beacon of light for them. even when at home it's not as good as it should be. So yeah, she feels a responsibility not to continue to let them people sit up there and lie on her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You right.
One last thing before you, we got two new panelists on.
Yeah.
To go along with what Keisha was saying, Keisha, I think the thing that really got the Clarkies pissed off is that famous little girl who was asking for Angel Reese's shoes at the end of the game, and she said it's the best day of her life when Angel stopped, signed the little white girl, signed her shoes and gave her shoes, saw her again in Arizona. That girl, she live in the Midwest somewhere. She's a Chicago Sky fan.
Her daddy fully supports her.
Her daddy took her all the way to Arizona to watch her play Phoenix and took a picture with Angel. I could bet you dollars to donuts the Clarkies crashed out.
Oh, they crashed out.
They became crash test dummies when they saw that because they hate that.
Who admired. Yeah, that came on. That was actually on a couple of these podcasters that I'm gonna talk about tonight. I'm gonna really get into these podcast creeps. You understand these social media crash out racists, Ku Klux Klanners. You know what I mean? That's undergirding. And then of course, me and KSAP, of course, you know, we're building together, and I just want to appreciate the man for helping his community and putting in work with his community to make us better, me better for you, y'all better for us, and we better for everyone else. So I appreciate it, man. And this is like this talk, it has to be for someone who's looking for a reason why they're not understanding what is really going on. So Brass, you broke it down, man. I mean, bro, you broke it down on the reason why. You know, the kids that comes on to this YouTube universe, they have to hear people like you, man, that say what you say, man, and the respect that I already have for you. I understand. I knew you weren't a shallow brother, but I know you're a man of cut of cloth, like I am, KSAP is, and some of us that roll together. Sister
Birds of a feather
flock together.
Sister Lakeisha, man, I think we need it. We stronger, man. We stronger together. We stronger together, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
They not ready. They not ready for what KSAP is putting together.
Yeah, well, it's a movement, man. Let me go ahead and get Daily Dose of Tea in here. She's been waiting, and then we're gonna get Tim. What's up, Daily Dose?
How y'all doing tonight?
All right.
Good. How are you?
Hey,
I'm
Daily
doing
Dose.
good. Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I just came on because I know the other day when I was on the panel, I felt like I was after getting off the panel, and then I seen Caitlin on the Times. She had an interview with the Times, I guess, you know, the Times magazine. I felt a little sorry for her, and when I think I posted it in KSAP's, I think he had a video, and I posted that. And a lot of people probably thought I was coming for Caitlin Clark, but at that point, I really felt sorry for, for her, because we have to understand that this girl is a young lady, and she's, Angel Reese is dealing with a lot of backlash and hate, but you got to think about it. She's dealing with the same thing, and like I said, we don't know where her mental state is dealing with, people hating on her also. So I came in support of Caitlin tonight because I really feel sorry for her.
Yeah, they be pulled all them different directions is never fun. So
Exactly, because I mean, we can say, okay, she's playing basketball and that should be fun. But I mean, if we think about it, is it really fun for her? Because I mean, it's not a good experience. She's not having like a good experience with the basketball, So I don't know. I like I said, I'm coming just to support her, as a woman, a young lady.
I'm with you, Daily Dose of Tea.
I got you. I
Right.
got you. What's up, Tim?
Oh man, what's up, KSAT? What's up, Miss Lakeisha? I see
Hey,
Bro
what's up?
Claude, the brother Brass. What's that? Daily Dose of Tea. Everybody in the chat. Hey man, great show, KSAT. Listen, man, what it is it's showing all the fake Caitlin Clark fans that are crashing out. Cause like it's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, man. We ain't crashing. We like, yo, she did what she had to do, and she's answers questions. She's answered a lot of these same questions. So like, I remember when before the draft, she was on Saturday Night Live, and she gave up props. Like the first people she mentioned in her little soliloquy, right, was Cheryl Swoops. She said all the great Cheryl Swoops. I think she had mentioned Cynthia Cooper, her favorite player, which was Maya Moore. She did this way back before the draft, right? So then, she's been asked some of the same questions, and I think a lot of people were saying, well, she never addressed Angel Reese getting death threats. Well, she actually did, but she just didn't mention Angel Reese's name because it was one of the interviews. I can't remember which game it was, but after the fact, they was asking her about players getting threatened, and death threats. And she said it. She was like, look, that's not, it's not for anyone to be getting death threats and things of that nature. And she was saying the league, she didn't come out and say like the feds or anything like that, but she was saying that's something that the league really needs to, to focus on, because it's not right for any player to receive threats or death threats. So a lot of the issues she had already touched on before, but I think that some people probably just didn't really hear what she was saying, or they probably just didn't catch those particular interviews. But like, man, look, we ain't crashing out, man. That's the fake ones. That's the ones, like you said, like Megyn Kelly, like the people that were using her for political purpose. It's not about basketball for them. For them, it's about, being their token. Like, she's like their messiah. But for us, it's basketball. So like the real Caitlin Clark fans are not crashing out. She did what she had to do. And she's always, like I said, for me, she's always uplifted or tried to shine light on those who came before. Because like I said, that Saturday Night Live, that was way back before she even got drafted. And she was mentioning some of the greats that came before her. So like, we ain't crashing out, and she did. She shined light. I think she was honest. I think she was sincere. And KSAT, what I was saying was she did address the Megyn Kelly, because Maria Taylor asked her, she said, a lot of people, had some things to say about, the article. And she was like, well, listen, I'm comfortable.
Well, that's the
my
full
own
interview, Tim. What
right.
They didn't put the full interview up. They only put a clip of it.
But the one I saw, because I watched it at work the other day.
Well, yeah, there's multiple clips, but the clip that I got was only
minutes,
you know what I'm saying? And it
didn't no. Yeah. What I was saying was she addressed it because Maria Taylor asked her. She was like, look, a lot of people
didn't. I'm just saying the clip that I got.
She addressed Megyn Kelly. She just didn't mention her name because she asked her, she said a lot of people, and she was even saying, well, you can't please everybody. And she was basically saying like, she's not going to be able to please everybody, because you see those fake fans, they're crashing out. They're like, oh, we're not going to watch her games. We're not going to support the WNBA. Like, those are the fake fans, though. And it's not about basketball to them. It was more of a political purpose for them. But for the real basketball fans, that's just, loving all the ladies for just the sport of basketball. Because, KSAT, we've had some spirited debates. One thing I can say about your podcast is you allow people to come on and you allow people to voice their their opinions, and sometimes these debates get spirited. You know what I mean? Because everybody has their point of view, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, it's basketball. Like, to me, it's basketball. I'm not all caught up in the, what I'm saying? They're young ladies. You know what I'm saying? We respect the players that came, because I watched the first 2 years of the WNBA back in I think it was 97 when it came out, right? The first 2 years I watched it. But after that, I stopped watching it. You know what I'm saying? I watched them first 2 championships the Houston Comets won, and my favorite player on that team was Kim Parat. That's the one that died. I think she had cancer.
Yeah, cancer, man.
She was my
feisty
she
little
was my
girl,
favorite.
boy.
She was my favorite player. She was feisty. You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite player
She was
on the
the
Comets
engine that
team.
had them Comets going, boy.
That's what I'm saying. I watched the first 2 years,
Oh,
so
me too.
like, so I know, you know what I'm saying, the ladies who, you know what I'm saying, all Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo. I remember when Becky Hammond first came to the league. I remember when
Ruthie Bolton.
Right. So
Bolton
like,
Holyfield.
yeah. She was nice too.
Teresa McClain.
Yep.
Teresa McClain. I don't remember Teresa McClain. I don't remember all of them, but like I said, the first 2 years, you know, I was watching it. But no, I think Caitlyn was sincere, and I think I agree with Daily Dose of Tea. I don't feel sorry for her, but I just feel like they're so young. Look, her and Angel Reese both. Okay, we know Angel Reese has got a lot of negative, especially from racist fans. You know what I mean? Because we know there's racist people out there, and that's never gonna stop, right? But I feel like Caitlin Clark has also taken a lot too, because those MAGAs are not her real fans. You know what I'm saying? So I believe she's been catching flack from them from day one, because they want her to be a certain way, and if she doesn't, you know, adhere to what they want her to be, then, you know, like you already see, they turning on her. But the real Caitlin
They
Clark
turning on
fans,
her now, Tim.
Yeah, I disagree. Yeah, I disagree with that. They've been in her corner from day one. It wasn't until the Time magazine article came out that they now crashing out. But before that, she was their white Jesus. She was their white Jesus. They weren't criticizing her for nothing.
Right. But I'm saying not them. I'm saying, but she's we don't know, the lady, what's her name? Dose of Tea? Daily Dose of Tea? Behind. Oh, T. Okay, I didn't want to say your handle wrong.
No, you can just say T. It's easier for y'all to just say
T. What I'm saying is, we don't know, with the pressures of being these young stars, and they're basically her and Angel Reese. To me, like, I don't care what nobody say, they're the faces of the league. To me, in my opinion, because those are the two most popular. Those are the 2 biggest names in the league right now. I know AJ Wilson's a champion, but like, her name is not bigger than Reese, and her name is not bigger than Clark. Sorry. Those are the faces of the league. And we don't know what kind of pressure, like Miss Lakeisha was saying, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And she's getting pulled in so many different directions, because on one hand, one thing I will say that is kind of unfair for her is this. Some people are like, oh, well, you know, it's good that she was shining a light. But then there's other people like, oh, no, it's fake. She ain't genuine. So it's like, she can't win. So in that aspect, I feel bad for her, because it's like, people want her to speak up and use her platform. But then when she does use her platform, she gets grilled for that too. Oh, she's not sincere. She ain't real.
But that's why I said earlier, don't focus on her personally. Focus on what she said and the resultant response. Because if we, for me, I'm not swayed either way. I don't know if she's sincere or not. I don't care. Her actions down the road will prove that if that was sincere from now on. But let me say this real quick. The pressure that Caitlyn is under is to lead the Indiana Fever to a championship. That's her pressure as a young player. All the other stuff didn't come along until she had this article release. The response to what she said. Angel Reese's pressure is not only to win, but to not miss layups, to not miss bunnies, to not rebound her own rebounds, her own misses. Reese's pressure is getting death threats. She's been getting that since LSU, ever since she beat Caitlin Clark's team in Iowa. She's been receiving death threats. Not Caitlin Clark. She ain't been receiving no death threats.
Right.
She's been getting praise. The only thing that they and when Indiana lost in the playoffs, they didn't blame Caitlin Clark. They blame Aaliyah Boston. They blame Kelsey Mitchell. They blame Nalissa Smith.
The coach.
LSU
They
had
blame
to
the
get
coach. They
private
blame Christy's side.
security for Angel Reese.
Right.
Yeah, they had to have security for Angel Reese since she was at LSU. They had to hire 3 bodyguards to go everywhere she go.
Right. So
You
you
see
know
what I'm
it's
saying?
almost like what goes around comes around, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't even know. Well, I mean, she might be now, but from what I'm hearing, there's not that many death threats for Caitlin Clark right now.
No, I'm not saying
Now,
that death threats. I'm
are they
talking
crashing
about
out? Now, are they crashing out? Hell yeah, they are.
right. That's
And
what
to
I
be
mean. I'm not
clear,
talking about death
nobody
threats.
should have to deal with any of
Nobody should be dealing
Right.
with no death
Nobody
Nobody should
threats.
wish
have to
that
deal
on
with it.
nobody.
Right.
Right. That's not what I'm saying.
But I know what you're saying. I'm not pointing at you. I'm just giving a general description of what's going on in reality. No one is more hated in the WNBA by these fans than Angel Reese.
Exactly.
She's the most I would argue she's the most polarizing athlete on planet Earth right now. You either love her or you hate her. Ain't no in between.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And like I told KSAP, Showtime, Zoe, HD, Bro Clark, all these brothers, the only reason why I mess with this channel and mess with their channel is because they defend Angel Reese.
Right.
With basketball, and they know basketball, and they talk real basketball. These Clarkies don't talk real basketball. They talk real racism. That's what they teach.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So their perspective is distorted and it's twisted.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying like for death threats. Nobody would wish that on nobody. A young lady, nobody. I was just saying the amount of pressure that Angel Reese has had from, the incident with her showing her ring, her ring finger and all of that. She went through that so long. And like I said, now Caitlin Clark has to feel it. I'm not meaning the death threats part of it, but that's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? I don't think she cares, to be honest with you. If she's sincere about what she said, I bet she's like, I'm glad they crashing out. I'm glad they're getting away from me because I don't want to be their representative for their madness.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying to you, brother Brass. I'm saying that I think she was sincere because if she wasn't, she would still want to, like, you know what I'm saying, be looked at in their view as their savior. But she's like, no, I'm not rocking with y'all. I'm not like. So I believe she was sincere as far as like.
Now
what I'm saying, Tim, is that I will have to see a body of work because to me, this is way too late. She should have been doing this over the summer.
But like I told you, brother
That's
Brass.
the reason why I'm skeptical. That's the reason why I'm skeptical. That's the reason.
Like I was saying,
I'm just coming from my perspective. I'm not sure if this is mostly her PR telling her to do this, or
but see, that's what I'm saying, though.
I don't know, and I'm not going to jump on her and be her be all end all sweetheart because what she allegedly said in this article. I'm not saying
but look, that's what I'm saying though. See the article.
I'm not saying she's insincere or sincere. I don't know. All I know is that this stuff coming in December and it's been going on since May.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying though. Listen, but this is what I'm saying though. A lot of the questions she already answered, like I told you. When they asked about death threats in the season,
it didn't really blow up to him.
But that's not her fault though. But she answered. But that's not her fault. They answered. They asked her, and she answered.
I didn't say
it's
it was
not
her
up to
fault.
her.
For instance, okay, let's.
Right.
What was her response when she went on a boat trip and she had her white teammates with her, but Aaliyah Boston wasn't there. Kelsey Mitchell wasn't there, and when they invited her to a party, she didn't go. So I mean, so there's some things to read into that we could go either way. For every comment that you could point out that she said, I could point those things out, and that's what I'm saying.
I would say this, Brass. Hold on for you.
Yeah, but
okay.
Just like
go ahead, Mr.
Like Caitlin Clark's boyfriend liking racist tweets against Angel.
Right.
Some things we just can't. I mean, you right there with this man. I mean, something. All I'm saying is gonna look suspect until she get her body to work with it, because she could have came out then and said no, because it was a big story about him liking those tweets. She didn't say anything.
And she didn't say nothing.
Saying stuff about Angel Reese, I think, huh? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Ugly comments
She
about
was the main.
her.
She was the main. She was the main target.
Right.
Yes. So, like I said,
it's hard to deny that.
When this
Go ahead,
first
Keisha.
broke, this is what I said. I said I'm just gonna give her grace. I'm a clear the slate.
Yeah, that's
for the
what
last 2 years.
That's
We're
what
gonna go from here.
Yep.
That's
And
what
that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
thing is,
Keisha, it's not. I mean, I still feel the way I felt the other day. I just, of course, she's a young lady, so I have to, give her some grace, on that aspect. But I'm like, look, I'm just gonna clean, like you said, clean the slate, and I'm gonna give her a chance. But she has to prove it.
yeah, my thing is,
that's all I'm saying.
yeah, my thing was we were just specifically talking about the things that happened within the WNBA season as far as basketball. Like all the other stuff on the outside, I don't really know about all the other stuff on the outside, but I'm talking about it as far as the basketball, the questions that was asked about the death threats, the questions that were asked about the players that had paved the way. She answered a lot of those questions during the season. It's just a lot of people probably didn't hear, or like Brother Brad says, they didn't blow it up. But when they asked her about death threats, she answered that in the middle of the season. She was like, look, nobody deserves to get death threats. She just didn't name Angel Reese, but they asked her the question. They said, what do you feel about players getting death threats? And what do you feel about players? And she answered the question. But a lot of people, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're like, oh, she didn't answer this question. She didn't answer this. Well, why she wait till the magazine? She been answered these same questions. They've been asking her the same questions all season, and she been answering them. But it's just now this time.
Tim,
go
the
ahead, Ms.
reason why
Lakeisha.
they
Yeah.
crashing out is because she used the word that they have weaponized.
Oh, no, I agree with you, Mr. Keisha.
White privilege, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Keisha, I agree with you. I'm glad they crashing out. No, but I'm glad they crashing out because, like I said, those are not real Caitlin Clark fans. But I'm talking about as far as the questions. I'm saying as far as the people who were saying, why didn't she answer these questions during the season? A lot of these questions she did address during the season. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying for whatever reason, it didn't get blown up. Like they asked her about death threats in the season, and she answered the question. She answered it. She said,
"See, for me, let me give you my perspective, Brother Tim.
Yeah.
Those few little couple questions here and there that she answered, that's not enough for me as a black man who's been through hell in America for 400 years and have dealt with tons and tons of white supremacists and white supremacy going on with my people. Couple of comments here and there to keep people up off of you. That I'm not saying that was her motive. I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not saying she's insincere or sincere, but I'm not jumping on a couple of questions here and there. I want more because let me finish, brother. Let me finish. For instance, with all these boy, they almost made me say the word to get K-Sap's thing because I'm getting pissed. The things that they were saying about Angel Reese's game and what she did off the court, I think out of respect for her as a competitor, as a basketball player, that she should have came out and dived on them about what they said. If you are the Larry Bird to her being Magic Johnson, because I'll tell you one thing about Larry Bird. Larry Bird defended Magic. He defended Magic too, especially after they got to know each other. He and Angel and Caitlin been going at it since high school. Larry Bird came out and rolled for Matt. They competed like hell on the court, like they hated each other on the court. But off the court, you couldn't say one thing bad about Magic without getting the wrath of Larry Bird and vice versa. Where's Caitlin Clark about the alleged them talking about her missed layups and her percentage and calling her a thought? calling that she should be on OnlyFans, should have been on the street being a prostitute. She's a fat rapper hanging around with Megan Thee Stallion and Sexy Red and wearing these clothes, coming in with all that stuff, the way she dresses, the way she calling her ghetto, calling her thug, all these things. Where was Caitlin Clark during those times?
Right,
is what I'm saying.
Okay, Brother Brad.
And what I'm saying is that if you have respect for Angel Reese's game, you would get on and say, look, let me say something about Angel. She plays hard. She's a dog, and she's the best rebounder in our league. And pound for pound, and this is absolute fact, pound for pound, she's the best rebounder in basketball, man or woman, period.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Brother Brass. Now, first of all, Caitlin has spoke about Andrew Reese in some of her interviews, and she's always complimented her game.
Bro, you still not understanding what I'm saying. You still not understanding what I'm saying. Her response should be as loud, if not more loud, than the criticism. I don't want to hear about here and there, this time and that 2 seconds.
Oh, hold up, Brother Brad, hold up.
4, 5 seconds.
Hold up. You're talking about what fans.
I want to hear. If Caitlin Clark is sincere,
one at a time.
If Caitlin Clark is sincere, I want to hear it all the time. Every time she's just like they talk about her all the time. I need to hear her defend Angel all the time. Then I'll be like, okay, she's sincere for real. Well,
okay,
I know 100%. She's because as black folks, we give white folks too many passes for doing little, getting crumbs off the table. I don't want crumbs off the table. I want the whole steak. I want all the potatoes. I want the salad. I want the drink. I want the soda. I want the juice. I want the water. I want everything on the table. I don't want no crumbs here and there. Oh, Angels, no. You defend Angel louder than they are criticizing her. Then I know you should do, but that's just me.
All right,
go ahead.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but hold on. But this is what I'm saying. I'm kind of confused because you want Caitlin to defend her on every occasion, right? But you can only, if a person asks you a question, if the reporter asks you a question about a certain player, then you speak about that player. But no player in the league is that's just like people talk about Caitlin. She gets stripped a lot and she had a lot of turnovers, right? People say she looked like a dude. I didn't see Angel Reese like, no, Caitlin don't look like a dude. No, her game, she don't get stripped a lot.
And I don't see Caitlin saying that she ain't a thought.
Right.
I don't see nobody saying she ain't a thought.
Hold up, Brass. Let Tim
But wait a minute. But Brass, but the people that are calling Angel Reese thoughts, those are just trolls and some racist fans, right? That's just like people say things about all the players or just an example. Like I said, certain people, right? And we know Caitlin Clark was a turnover machine, right? She was getting stripped a lot. It's not for Angel Reese to say, yo, no, Caitlin, no, she got handled. She was getting stripped. Angel Reese was missing shots. It's not for Caitlin to say, oh, yo, she knows Angel Reese is a beast. When they played Chicago, every time after the game, if the reporter asked a question about Angel Reese, Caitlin was like, look, yo, she's a baller. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're not gonna say anything unless you're asked a question. Just like Angel Reese, she don't just speak about Caitlin. She'll speak about Caitlin when she's asked a question about Caitlin, and vice versa. When Caitlin's asked a question about Angel, she'll answer it, and it's never disrespectful. They both respect each other. Each time they're each asked about each other, they give each other high praise. So right. So I don't really understand what you're saying, because when she's asked a question about Angel, she's always given her respect. But she doesn't just come out just without you asking a question and speak about Angel. But if you ask her a question about Angel, she's always putting her on a, you know what I'm saying? She's always bigging her up. So that's what I don't understand what you're saying, because like,
Hold on for 1 second. I got all y'all's points, but look, we got somebody new to the panel. I want to get his perspective. We got Professor Golden. What's up? You here?
Professor Golden.
Yeah, how you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
All right, good, man. Appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving this opportunity. Listen to the banter going back, and I was listening to you guys the other day. I'm sorry I missed the clip because I had a student call me. But there's a lot that I want to unpackage here. And if you don't mind going back when they first start, and I'm going to use the word hype. They started hyping Caitlin Clark 5 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember this. It was her and Paige Beckers. And Paige Beckers won the Player of the Year in college. Then she came out and gave praise to Black women. And all of a sudden, she wasn't the girl anymore. Then all of a sudden, it's this hype towards Caitlin Clark. And if you really look at her game, she's a defensive liability. And when she takes 3-point shots, she has to go to her left to get her shot off. When she goes to the basket, she has to push off with her left arm to get her shot off. If I'm wrong, you guys let me know.
No, it's your floor. Go ahead.
Okay, now, I heard nobody, and all these people have podcasts, when they had the All-Star game in Phoenix this year, because I'm in Arizona. How come she didn't join the 3-point shooting contest? That's what I thought, crickets. What was the panel discussion for the 3-point shooting contest? Is she known for the 3-point logo 3?
Yeah, she is.
Now, these same people were talking about she should be on the Olympic team. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Now she said she was tired.
She did.
Is that right?
Okay.
That's right.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Keep cooking.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so where was the panel discussion on that? That's crickets. Come on, give me the crickets. Thank you. Okay, now you talk about death threats that Angel Reese got, Dejanay Carrington. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw the direct message Dejanay Carrington got where they called her NB.
Yeah.
And they called her NB. And I don't speak the language, but I think you know what the initials stand for.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the death threats that Raven Johnson from the South Carolina Gamecocks got? And how Caitlin Clark publicly disrespected her during the Final Four. And how how that whole team treated South Carolina.
Yep.
And LSU said, okay, we saw that because Angel Reese was going to go to South Carolina.
Yes.
If you remember, am I right or wrong?
You're right.
You're right.
Okay.
It's your floor. Keep going.
That's right. But I want to make sure I got the facts.
No, you got the facts.
Okay. And so they took that personal. See what I'm saying? But see, Raven Johnson said, okay. And if you remember in the championship game, and I got that on tape, when Breezy Hall got in foul trouble, Raven Johnson went to Dawn State and put her on.
Yeah. Stripping her at half court.
Stripped her twice.
Yeah.
3 times in the game. She
got the
stripped
layup
her,
too. Yeah.
Then put a layup. And then you notice the camera didn't go on Raven Johnson's face because she looked her dead in the eye. That game was over with at that moment. So let's come up with what's going on right now with this Time Magazine article. And I think the sister that's in here now, she was saying, okay, what was her motivation? Okay. And her coming out with this, okay, how long is it going to take for the death threats to start? 24 hours, 48 hours? Already coming. See, this country doesn't want to have this conversation that we're having. They don't want to have this because this is what you guys are speaking of facts. We discussed this in class. And I'm going to take it a step further. Cheryl Reeves just was in the WNBA finals. Is that right?
Yeah.
The coach,
okay. Okay. If she would have won, she would have been 5 championships in the 27-year history of that league.
Yep.
And everybody knows that game 5 was questionable.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes. You're right.
We talked about it. Keep going. You cooking. Keep going.
That's right. And Cheryl Reeves said there are other players in the league. Now, you guys work for a living. If you got somebody who just came into your organization, they're getting all this praise, like, wait a minute, I've been here 20-something years. Y'all ain't give me no praise. I'm the MVP of the Lamb League 3 times.
Oh.
3 other players have done this other than me. I'm a unanimous MVP. But if you notice all the articles in social media and internet, they showing Caitlin Clark. Wait a minute, hold on. Asia Wilson was MVP of the finals, MVP of the league unanimously. She's done something. I've done something, Asia Wilson, that only 3 other players in NBA and the W have done before. Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Finals MVP. You know who else has done that? Michael Jordan, Candace Parker, Tamika Catchings, and Asia Wilson.
That's the list.
That's the list. And if you are a list with only 2 or 3 other players, I think it speaks for itself. So if I'm wrong, I don't know what that was.
You got the bomb, man. You got the bomb.
I'm just saying, these are facts that we are pushing today.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to y'all every day when I come home from school. But this is what we're talking about. Because see, you're not gonna have these conversations in corporate media because they're pushing a certain narrative.
Facts.
Okay. And it's gonna be very interesting. I want you guys to pay attention to this. How are they gonna cover Caitlin Clark next year? They're already going after Juju Watkins.
Yep.
What has Juju Watkins done?
Right.
Nothing.
And they tried to get her last year. She said, no. She was smart enough because she got pro people around her. But I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm gonna do like Allen Iverson did. I'm not gonna mention his name, but one of the brothers in the chat mentioned his name. They would start going after Caitlin Clark, talking about she woke, and that he bound down to the black players and the you know. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's kind of heavy set. But I know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay, but don't mention his name.
Yeah.
We don't
No,
want,
don't even
Nah, we ain't.
be like Allen Iverson.
You talking about No Net?
No, I'm not mentioning his name, but
I
they
know
know
what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
talking
Talking
about.
about No Net. Yeah, I got you. Keep going.
All right. We're not gonna mention his name, but already going after Juju.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna tell you this, and if I'm wrong,
I
y'all
see his
let me
name
know.
is Bassett Jason Hoodlock.
We don't want to do that because we give him too much love.
Hey, look, Professor Golden got the floor. Let him cook.
Okay. Juju, they going after Juju. You know who's gonna go after next? If I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt it. The sister from Notre Dame.
Hidalgo.
That's right.
Hidalgo or
That's right.
Olivia Miles. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Hannah Hidalgo.
Yeah. Hannah Hidalgo.
Yeah,
Olivia
that's
Miles. Because last I checked, they played Connecticut last night, right?
Yep.
Yes, they did.
You know it's sad when you got black people supporting Connecticut when they know Connecticut gets screws in the Final Four. All the stuff that Oriema done over the years. Come on, people. And you got people saying he was robbed. That tells you all you need to know. All right. I think I said enough. I'm just gonna let y'all talk.
Got a question, Professor?
Yes, sir.
Somebody in the chat said, what subject you teach?
I teach. I used to teach a sports class, but I teach introduction to sociology, and I teach African American studies, and I teach sociology of race and sociology of gender.
So give him another explosion. Give him another explosion.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you this, Professor Golden. You came up here tonight, man, and you had your clips and you had that AKA ready. So look, this is a salute to you right here.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
You had your shooters with you.
I gotta bring let me say one more other thing. And this is the last thing I promise. Because when you start talking about I don't like the term GOAT. I don't like the term Mount Rushmore. But when you are on a list with Wilt Chamberlain and somebody tries to say that somebody is better than you, I'm talking about Candace Parker. There's only 3 players in the WNBA, NBA history that have done what I'm about to say. And if you don't believe me, look it up yourself. Candace Parker is the only player other than Wes Unseld and Wilt Chamberlain that have been MVPs, Finals MVPs, and Rookies of the Year.
I ain't got to look it up.
Okay.
I already knew that.
I knew that.
All 3 of them were MVPs and Rookie of the Year in the same season. But you know what? You guys know this.
Yeah.
A lot of other people don't.
That's right.
And Candace Parker should have been on the Olympic team in 16. And they said, well, we have somebody who has her skill set. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
She plays all 5 positions and dunks.
Yeah, they left her home. I remember that.
But do you know who replaced her? Brianna Stewart.
Yep.
Now, next year, when the WNBA season comes back, and pay attention to the Liberty in close games. They might win the game and they'll give Breanna Stewart all the praise. But the person who hits the big shots is Sabrina Ionescu. If I'm wrong, you check it. If you remember the Olympics against France, it was Ionescu and Asia Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Breanna Stewart missed some free throws.
Yeah.
Cost them the game. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Yeah, Brianna didn't have a good finals.
She did. And Ionescu played with a labrum.
I seen
Just
her
had
get
surgery.
surgery. I didn't know she was hurt, but yeah, she was hurt.
She disclosed that injury real well.
You know why, don't you?
I seen that.
You know why, don't you? Because who was her mentor? Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, yeah.
Okay. And you don't tell.
I did see her have on Twitter. She was coming out of surgery, and I was like,
Yes.
I can't even.
That's right.
And
On
that's
her
the reason
birthday.
why she's not doing Unrivaled, because she had to have the surgery.
That's right, on her birthday. Okay. So that's all I'm saying. You know,
Hey, Professor.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Professor.
Yes,
all
sir.
that stuff you said about Candace Parker, people don't ask me, but that's why I consider Candace, and I grew up a Tennessee fan, by the way.
Oh, we can talk all day.
Oh yeah, but Candace Parker to me is the best women's basketball player of all time, even better than Cheryl Miller, because she could play 5 positions at an elite level. And what you said about that stat, that's only between her, Wes Unseld, and Wilter Still. That's all that need to be said.
That's all. And you start talking about this, and this. When you are in a class with Wilt, I think it speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself.
Okay, that's all. And Wes speaks for itself.
Yep.
And there's only 3.
Only 3.
Nobody else.
Yep. And one of them's a woman.
And one of them's a woman.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna listen to y'all. And
got my man Zoe in the house. Got my man Zoe in the house.
Hey, Professor Zoe, man, I appreciate you coming up, man. Appreciate you dropping that knowledge and that wisdom, man. It was a good thing to hear, man. And you came up here spitting nothing but facts, man. So we appreciate you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you,
man. We do. We appreciate.
We appreciate you, Professor.
Yeah, I love that, man. We got Zoe. We got Zoe in the house. Prince. One of them ones, man. What's going on, man?
What y'all talking about, man? What y'all talking about?
We talking about you. We talking about you and your capping last night when you said that wasn't Centron that gave up that drive to Becker's at one time. That's what we talking about.
Hold on, what
all
over the place.
He said, "What happened? What happened?" I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
Hey, Monday morning, I'm going to the courthouse. I'm going LLC.
What you do, man? What you do, man?
Going LLC Citron Island Monday
Look, man.
morning.
Hey, look. Look. That was over on your platform, man. Don't come over here, man, causing confusion, man. That stay on topic, man. Come on. Come on, man. You was over there, man. Stop it, man. You was over there glazing on Citron, man. Stop it, man. Stop.
He had honey on
he had honey
on him.
Twerking it up all over the place.
Oh man, he had the honey and the glitter.
Nah, he had some good breakdowns on Citron, getting over the screen, under the screen. You're fighting through the screen.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Hey. Zoe broke it down real good. I like Zoe's breakdowns, man. He does good. He does a great job.
Film room. You might as well change your podcast to the film room.
Right.
Zoe's film room.
Yeah.
Right.
Not change that I Am Zoe Media up to something else, man. You got to get them people to be like, damn, that's an interesting podcast. Let me get on over there.
I'm gonna think about it.
Nah, you ain't nothing to think about. You got to do it, man. So what you got, Zoe? What you got for us, man?
Check this topic, Zoe.
What's the topic?
See, he don't even know the topic. See, that's
the
the stuff I'm
He's
talking
just
about,
rolling
man.
up.
Yeah, he just rolling up.
Talking about the backlash CC is getting. She was on CNN.
Nah, the topic is Citron LLC, Citron Island LLC. That's the topic.
That ain't the damn topic.
Yeah. We got to make life now.
Who's been a better defender than her this year? Name
nobody. I agree with you. I said the video that you did, man, that was a lovely video, and I'm glad that you came over here, make light of the situation try to get some of this tension. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been in here,
Prince,
we've been in here deep in the bag.
Yeah, we've been talking deep conversations over
Deep
here.
conversation today. So we're gonna make light of it because we already 2 hours in, man. You can talk about anything you want, man. We're gonna lighten the conversation up, man. What's
Talk
up,
about
man?
Caitlin Clark's interview with Time Magazine.
We're gonna leave that alone, man.
We're gonna leave that alone. Okay.
Yeah, we done gave the people what they wanted, man.
All right.
Oh well, no, they had on CNN. And
Yeah, they
was
had her on
going
CNN, man, and everything.
Yeah, MSNBC and whatnot.
But yeah, so you know, like you said, Zoe, man, Citron, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Yeah, her defense, man, she long, man. You know, her defense, man, is it's something. Yeah, well, shit, she got what? She got about a wing. What's her wingspan, Zoe?
6'6".
6'6" wingspan.
Damn.
6'6" wingspan.
But I like what she was doing, man, because she actually was sending Paige Becker in all the defensive players. It wasn't just like, you know, she would get over the screen. And that's what I tell people, man. I like people that know how to fight over the damn ball screen. If you know how to do that shit, you can cause all kinds of confusion. I hate the people that want to sag and go under the screen. Looking for I hate that, man. Just like if y'all remember back in the NBA when Bruce Bowen used to give these guys spits because Bruce Bowen would get in people's airspace before they even would get the ball. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Citron, man, you know, she showed me some things last night, man. I ain't gonna lie.
As Zoe say, we should take Citron at 3 if we don't get Olivia Miles.
No, Lakeisha, we getting her at 8. We getting Citron at 8.
Well, let me tell you something, Fever fan.
Citron at 8.
You talking about the Fever fans?
You said the Fever fans want Citron at 8.
Nah, she ain't dropping that. She ain't dropping. Unless we get Olivia Miles, she ain't dropping no 8.
You don't think so? What if Logic comes out?
If Olivia Miles goes second, the Sky should get Citron. Because she fits with Pagliocca. She fits what Pagliocca said when he said he wants guards or wing players rather that are 6 foot and up, long, and can play defense. That's Citron all day, every day.
If the Chicago Sky don't get Citron, she going to the Mystics. You keep forgetting the Mystics got 2 picks inside the top 5. I mean,
I don't think she's gonna make it to your Fever.
Yeah,
she ain't gonna drop to no 8.
If she keep playing like she playing and letting everybody know them injuries is behind her, she gonna go high in the draft.
And they only got 7 people on that Notre Dame team, and it did not matter.
That's what people forgetting. She don't come off the floor.
Only 7 people.
Look at this case out. This is what people keep forgetting. She guarded Maddie Booker.
Oh yeah.
She guarded Juju. And she guarded Paige Beckers.
Yep. Neil Ivy, she know what she doing with that group, man.
Come on, man, that's nasty work right there. Look, she held Paige Becker 2 for 7. She held Juju 3 for 8. That's nasty work.
Yeah.
That's nasty work.
When I said Sonya Citron, asking Professor that too. When I said it last week, I got blasted. I got literally body slammed on the show
about what? About who don't play defense?
About how her defense is.
Who body slammed?
Zoe's chat.
Oh wow!
Oh, them trolls he be getting. Yeah, that's some trolls he be getting.
Man, Prince got to get some moderators over there.
Yeah, he needs a moderator.
We need doing a good job, man. Be with us, Brad.
You got to cut them off. Take that anger away from them. You got to take them wrenches.
I don't think we're gonna get Sonya Citron because we're gonna get Olivia Miles. That's what
Let me say this. Let me say this about Olivia Miles. Let me say this.
He's about to cause confusion.
They only here to cause confusion.
Here it come.
No, he thinking. Look, he about to say something.
Oh no, you ain't gotta think about it. Just say it.
He about to say something crazy.
Let me say this. I like Olivia Miles.
But go ahead and say it.
If she's there at 3, I want her. But let's temper our expectations now. She ain't no savior. and she ain't no world beater.
I didn't say
Oh, I
she's
was
just a
no,
good
no,
piece.
no, no, no. I don't know who said that.
She's just a good piece. Everybody keep talking Olivia Miles a bust. When did Olivia
Oh
Miles
no,
become?
no, I ain't never say that. I don't know.
That's what
I don't
I'm
know
trying
who
to
said
figure
that.
out.
Yeah, I don't know who said
Look,
that.
K-Sap, you know I do my homework. I went all the way back to her college career. I'm trying to figure out when she became her. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where it became Olivia Miles a bust, where Citron can't even be a thought.
Who said it was Olivia Miles a bust?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out where it come from.
What he trying to say, K-Sap, and he trying to dress it up. He trying to say that he would take Sonya Citron over Olivia Miles, but he don't want to just have the gumption to come out and say it. You know, he trying to
stand on what you believe in, Zoe. You one of them ones. Stand on it.
Hey, look, I'm just saying.
Just like Uncle J.E. Just like Uncle J.E. says Centron is terrible, and he stands on it. Stand on it that you like Centron better than Olivia Miles.
So Zoe, let me ask you this, Zoe.
Think about it like this, K-Sap.
No, hold up,
Hold
Zoe. Before you get off into, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. Put your general manager hat on, right? Out of everybody that's declaring themselves for the draft, and you say take Olivia Miles out the equation because you said she's not the end all be all. Who's your pick?
Citron.
Okay. Now, if Citron's your pick, what you doing at number 10?
I'm going to get Sellers. Who are we doing?
Cheyenne Sellers.
I'm going to get Cheyenne Sellers.
That's Maryland's point guard.
What we doing? I'm getting 6'1" and 6'2" in this draft.
What are we doing?
I'm getting 6'1" and 6'2".
So, come on, man.
I'm getting 6'1" and 6'2". What are we doing?
Reel that back, Zoe.
What I told you, K-Sap. I told you.
What are we doing? I'm getting 6'1" and 6'2".
So you taking it because of the height.
Look, and I'm going to get Odyssey Sims. I'm going to get Sellers and Citron, and I'm going to get Odyssey Sims. What are we doing?
Odyssey Sims and Dana Evans together? That's what you think?
Dana Evans
ain't gonna be there in case
out of there. We cutting her. We getting her out of there.
Like I told Bro Claude, if I roll up to Chicago and I see Dana Evans dribbling that ball down that court, I'm gonna be upset.
Hey, look, K-Sap, this is what I'm doing, K-Sap. This is what I'm doing. My bench, I want Mojo to come back. I want to see what she got as a veteran. I want to see what she got. She came kind of late. You Ryan Jefferson. She ain't gonna be complaining about playing time.
Come on.
She's not getting on the court, K-Sap. I'm talking about at practice.
Going too far.
I'm talking about at practice. She ain't getting on my court. But at practice, she can help. Sellers come in the league. Jefferson. She struggles. She struggles with pick and roll defense.
I'd rather keep Izzy than Mariah Jefferson.
No. Look, it's all strategic, K-Sap. I need Mariah Jefferson at practice and in the film room to show Sellers how to get through screens. That's it. That's all I want her on the team for. That's it. I'm getting a second round pick for Lindsey Allen.
To do that.
I'm getting a second round pick for Lindsey Allen. I'm cutting Dana Evans. And that's what we had in our guard room. And I'm going to get Odyssey Sims and free agent.
Hold on. Let Zoe finish. Go ahead and finish. Hold up. Go ahead and finish your point, Zoe. I'm trying to follow along.
Again, you have K-Sap. Let's be honest. You have Dana Evans and Mariah Jefferson and Lindsey Allen in your backcourt. You're not beating nobody with that. I'm going to get a second round pick. I'm getting a second round pick for Lindsey Allen. I don't know. I'm not getting no pick for Jefferson. I'm just bringing it back. I'm not even trying to go through the headache of trying to get a pick for her. You get what I'm saying? That's the only reason I'm bringing it back. You're not getting nothing for Mariah Jefferson. I'm cutting Dana Evans. She's a restricted free agent. I'm on January 15th. I'm just not offering her. She's gonna become an unrestricted free agent.
Okay.
And I'm going to get Odyssey Sims. I'm drafting Sellers and Citron. I'm bringing back Michaela to come off my bench to run with the second unit at the 3. That way, Citron could go to the 2 with the second unit when she does come in the game. Again, it's levels to it. It's levels to it. But again, the reason I'm being this strategic is because I don't even really care about next year. I'm setting the Chicago Sky up for the 2026 season. And I really need to get my pieces together to see what Angel Reese and Camilla can do when they actually got players around them. So I'm putting real players around them next year, no matter the final record. Now I can see what I got in those two to know what free agency of 2026 is going to look like. That's all I'm really doing as the GM. That's all I'm really doing. I'm just trying to set up 2026.
I got
That's
a
all
question
I'm doing.
for you. I got a
That's
question.
a different take.
Yeah.
That's
I got
all
a
I'm
question.
doing.
If
And
it's set up for
all wrong.
2026,
Y'all look at championship next year. I'm not. I'm trying to
nobody
set it
said
up
a
for
championship.
2026.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Nobody looking at the championship. I wanted to follow and see where you was going, and then you landed it by you looking for 2026. I mean, it makes sense that way. Yeah.
What Jeff should have did last year. That's why we got all these car parts that don't fit together, because Jeff just went and got random pieces instead of setting the team up for this year. We should have been doing this for this year, but he just went to get random pieces and put them together. But at the end of the day, you didn't know what Angel Reese and Camilla was going to turn out to be.
Hey, brother,
so you
I got a
brought back
question
all
for
these
you.
random pieces that don't fit. Now you got to literally blow it up and try to figure out how to make this work in the next 2 years. That's it.
Go ahead, Professor.
But what's the question, Professor?
I got a question for this brother. Why did the Chicago Sky get rid of Khalil Copper before the season started? When you got Angel, when you got the fifth. Wait a minute, they had the second. Was it the fourth and seventh pick in the draft? And you get rid
I think
of
that's what they had, right?
Yeah, they had two picks. They had Cardoso and Reese. And Khalil Copper, they traded her before the season started.
But they only got Khalil Copper because they only got Reese because of Khalil Copper. They wouldn't have got Reese without trading Khalil Copper.
Okay,
gotcha. That's how they got. Okay,
yeah,
and
that's how they got. That's how they got Angel Reese. That was Mercury's 7th pick.
Okay, explain this to me. How the hell did Angel Reese drop to 7th in the draft behind J.C. Shelton, who J.C. Shelton wasn't even the best player on her team at Ohio State?
Don't go down that road.
I mean, my wife is
when
in
you
love
think
with
about the
Ohio
draft,
State.
though, when you think about the draft, that's what I'm trying to tell people, Professor. When you think about the draft, right? People just looking at who's the best player and why this player fell here. It's about fit. It's about where the team's trying to build that. If you're trying to build in your front court, I don't care if I got a 2 guard that can score 30 a game. I'm trying to build my front court. If I got a defender who can average 3 blocks a game and get 12 rebounds, I'm going to get them. Again, it's about fit sometimes. That's why I'm telling y'all, like, y'all don't even realize what Citron. I swear to God,
made a mistake.
If Citron was on the Chicago Sky last year, they would have won 5 more games. Nobody could hit outside shots, and wings killed us every game. No,
So why would you
couldn't guard nobody on the perimeter?
So why would you train Karina Mabry, who could hit outside shots?
Mabry just didn't want to be there. And again, you're gonna acquiesce to players like that.
Yeah. Okay, now
that's all
wait.
That really was. That was done behind the scenes out of Jeff's hands. I think the owners had something to do with that.
Okay, that's true. That's Chicago teams. Now, you talked about fit, right? You gonna tell me that Angel Reese couldn't play in Dallas with that front line of Kalani Brown, with that team, Enrique is on that team, with all them dogs on that team?
Again, nobody knew what Angel Reese was going to be. I mean, it depends on your fit and your team needs.
They had Howard in better than J.C. Sheldon, though.
Amen.
They had Howard in their front court. J.C. Sheldon's a
Howard
guard.
too. Yes. She could put on that
guard. I'm gonna tell you what Dallas was trying to do. They needed a defensive wing. They needed a defensive guard next to Enrique. They wanted to take the load off of her. That's what that was about.
Okay.
It wasn't about. They didn't care. Sheldon came in scoring. They didn't care if she came in scoring 10 points.
Wait a minute,
It was about taking the defensive load off of Enrique.
Hold on, brother. Wait a minute. You're a smart guy. Why would you cut Odyssey Sims at 3 quarters into the season?
That was a cap flexibility move, though. That was a cap flexibility move.
And
they wasn't winning nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
what they did you got to do that. They got their coach fired.
That's right.
Yeah. Again, the NBA makes some moves in the WNBA look weird, but you got to remember the NBA, the contracts are different. You got more roster spots. You got more flexibility in free agency. The cap space is a little different. So the WNBA do stuff like that because they don't have that flexibility with the roster spots. So if you're trying to bring somebody in to see what they got, or if you got a player on your bench and you're trying to make sure they can develop, you're going to cut a veteran guard no matter how they're producing. And again,
That
if you
is-
got cap space on the back end, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that is true. Edward T in the chat said they had Satu Sabli, so that's probably why they didn't go to Angel Reese route.
Okay,
Yeah, and they
all
had
right, that
Sabli-
makes sense.
Yeah.
I
But nah,
just-
nah. That's two
No.
different games. You're not passing on Angel Reese for Sabli.
Well, why
'Cause
was she?
you got
No,
Satu
they
on
were
your
just
team.
saying that Sabli was already there. They didn't need an Angel
No,
Reese.
that's what I'm saying. Nah, that ain't. It was Howard. It wasn't her.
Oh, okay.
Because that's
Either way, they
Satu-
had somebody for that
Yeah,
position.
Satu is a stretch. She's a stretch 3. You're not
Mhm.
passing on Angel Reese because you got Satu on your team. They can play
now,
together.
Now, brother, now you said something earlier. So you telling me that you're gonna pick Centron over Miles? She gonna be in Miles. You telling me Miles going in the second round of the draft?
Who, Olivia Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
if
Why
we
would she-
pass on her.
No.
Okay, I'm just making
So you
sure.
saying Washington will pick her right after we do what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see him top. I just see him top 4.
Yeah.
I mean, Olivia Miles top 4. Like, I mean, she ain't coming out of the top 4. I'm just saying, if you look at what Chicago Sky needs to do, they need to show up their perimeter, because you can have what I broke down games all last year. I'm a point guard. I watched the Chicago Sky. I think people are so honed in on Angel Reese and Camilla getting the ball in the paint that they just so fixated on we need a point guard. The problem was we couldn't outscore teams and our defense lacked. So you can't have both of those. Now all your flaws going to start to show. If we just had a competent point guard,
I'm about to say we still need
it
a
would have
point
looked
guard.
better. You got Angel Reese and Camilla who can run action from the elbow. You don't need a point guard with a high usage rate. You need a point guard that's competent enough to knock down a shot and make the right play. They don't got to average 10 assists a game. You just need a competent point guard to get the action started. That's it. You don't need to go super, super high. Just keep it clean and go from there.
I guess you shut the professor down. Looked like he got bounced up out of here, huh? Oh no, he's still here. Somebody dropped off.
Yeah, professor's still right
It
now.
was Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn
So
dropped
you
off.
don't think
Oh, okay.
you don't think Olivia Miles is that point guard that can do what you just said?
What happened?
You don't think Olivia Miles is the point guard that can do what you just said?
Yeah, she can do what I just said. She can do what I just said. But again, I'm just looking at how the Chicago Sky looked last year from a floor leveling. A lot of fans, they just look at what they see on the TV from a floor level position. They needed wings, competent wings. Tell me this, and a lot of people don't even believe in Michaela. Didn't the Chicago Sky look way better when Michaela actually showed up?
Yes.
That's why a lot of people is so into Michaela, because when she did show up, Chicago Sky looked it good. And what position does Michaela play? The wing.
3.
Chicago Sky didn't have perimeter wings. That's why it looked at all. The floor was imbalanced.
So you
When
say
you
we
don't have
need the
wings,
wing
floor not
more
balanced.
than the point guard? Is that what your
They need wings
philosophy
more
is?
than the point guard. I'm telling you, you can bring in the best point guard in the league. That team will still look the same, because everybody's just fixated on we need somebody to get Angel Reese and Camilla the ball in the post. They both run the floor.
True.
They run the floor.
Angel can run
I
the
mean, wondering
floor.
if some of these people play basketball, man. They run the floor. I don't
And
call
Angel
no set
can
play
run
for
the
them.
floor. Yeah,
I don't need to run a set play for Camilla or Angel Reese. Angel
No.
Reese is a workhorse.
Yes.
Camilla is 6'7". Go grab the board.
Right.
We
We ain't got to draw up a play for her.
If
We don't
Olivia
have to
is
draw up a
there,
play
we
for
take
Camilla.
Olivia. If Olivia is there, we take Olivia. But I guarantee you, you're going to have some of the similar problems with the way that the sets are ran on defense if you don't show up your wings. You have no wings. Michaela is too slow-footed to do it by herself. Like, it's apples to oranges. It's apples to oranges.
So there's no wings that give you that special buzz in your chest that's in free agency right now?
Satu is the only capable wing, but we don't know what she's doing. I don't think she's leaving Dallas.
That's the reason why I would take either Centron or Miles at 3, and at 10, I'd take Sanaya Rivers. She is a defender extraordinaire, and she's long, she's athletic, and she can play defense. That would be my wing, and she's over 6 foot. She would be my wing defender at that 10 spot when we pick a number 10. I like Cheyenne Sellers, love Cheyenne Sellers, but if for what we need, like Zoe said, we need wing defenders, I would take Sanaya Rivers. Personally, that's my personal opinion.
Y'all, look, Brooklyn. I played point guard. My best season was with
This is brass.
Y'all not listening. Y'all not.
I think he's looking at the messages. The chat.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all. I broke down all their games last year. I kept saying, y'all think it's the point guard play. It's really not. You don't have wings that can create shots, that can make shots. K-Sap, remember this, K-Sap? Remember those 2 games when Rachel Banham kept going off for threes? Didn't Chicago Sky look like a fluent offense? Didn't the offense look pretty?
Yeah, when she was knocking it down.
What happened?
When she was knocking them down, and then
Exactly.
so Kennedy Carter
That's
got in
all
the lineup and her production fell down.
That's what I'm saying. You got to look at the totality of everything and not just go off of what everybody is like saying. You got to really look at the game for what it is. If you don't have wings, you not beating nobody. You can go get the best point guard. If you don't, take this for example. I heard, I think that was Professor was saying Sabrina Ionescu was carrying them in the playoffs. Did you see her against the Aces?
Brother, she had a torn labrum.
That ain't what I asked you though. I said, did you see her against the Aces?
Yes, I did, and I mentioned that she had an injury, but she still gutted it out. Who carried it out, brother?
No, who guarded Chelsea Gray? Who guarded Kelsey Mitchell? And who hit timely shots?
Well, I didn't watch that series. I'm gonna be honest with you. Who?
Phoenix.
Okay, from
Laney Hamilton.
Yeah, Laney Hamilton.
Who showed up. Laney Laney hit shot after shot after shot.
Yeah.
Phoenix hit clutch threes in the corner.
Right.
They guarded them. They made it difficult. Aces had problems getting to the rim.
No, there's no doubt, brother. But you mentioned the Aces, and you know what did them in the Darica Hamby situation. You can't excuse that. That situation destroyed that organization. They let the general manager go. There was rumor they were gonna fire Becky Hammond.
There was a lot of outside noise.
Yeah, there's a lot of outside noise.
I'm just saying, Chicago, you get Odyssey. Look, if Chicago get Odyssey Sims, they'll be just fine at point guard. Like,
hey, brother,
they'll be just fine, and she won't cost that much.
You and I both know Odyssey Sims can play. She won a championship at Baylor with Alyssa Smith on that 19 team.
But I don't know if Chicago like Odyssey Sims because they had multiple
chances
to get her,
yeah,
and they won't go get her.
No, because you know what? They're gonna have to pay her. That's Chicago teams.
But they won't have to.
They under the salary cap though.
She just came off of a hardship. They won't have to give her that much. And Chicago got cap space.
Man, Chicago could have signed her to a 7-day contract last year when Dallas released her. And LA Sparks scooped her up.
It's because they don't want to swallow their pride with Dana Evans. I'm telling you what it is. They lockstep with Dana Evans because they thought she would be the future when they was rebuilding. When Parker and all of them left.
Yeah, Dana Evans is a champion.
Oh my God! Somebody please. They did though. So I believe
they did. You can tell how they operate with her.
I want this brother to explain to me future of what.
Hey, look,
no, they had to explain. It ain't Joe. They got to explain why it's Dana Evans.
Why y'all asking?
They got to ask.
Hold on.
Can't get it out, Brass?
Hold on. One second.
What's Brass doing?
Oh no.
Yo.
He got real animated.
Something happened.
Claude.
Yes, sir.
Bro Claude.
Yes, sir.
Who's this?
Brass, man, you might have to drop off and come back,
mic,
man.
your mic is
okay.
Your mic got crazy on us, man. I thought you
Now
lost.
we can hear
I thought
you.
you lost, the train of thought in mid-flight. I thought your plane crashed.
Yeah, yeah. They got to ask Chicago Scott why Dana Evans there.
Yeah, no action.
They got to listen. They got to ask Chicago Scott why is she still there?
Yeah.
Like what?
Bro,
for
Claude, you still on the clock. I told you.
Nah, bro, Claude don't want to hear nothing that got to be associated with Dana Evans. He gets irritated.
I'm trying to give her. I'm trying to give her a tombstone what she deserved, bro.
Well, you know what? They probably keeping her because she's from Gary, Indiana, and she's close by.
Oh.
And that might be the reason.
No, man. Listen.
Yeah.
Gary is a whole nother city.
That, I understand that, but it's close.
It's no, listen. It ain't Chicago.
They said Brass on repeat.
I'm in Chicago. Gary is like a whole nother.
Zoe
like
had
Harlem.
Brass stuttering.
No, sir. No, sir. Zoe made.
Oh yeah, I got me about to cry.
Zoe made Brass whole
Brass
thing
was
go
on repeat. He was scratching the record.
He was like, hey.
He
Look
just
at
kept
him,
saying,
man,
bro, Claude.
Hey, I just want to know. Don't ask me why Dana there. Don't ask me.
For real.
Don't ask me why Dana is there. Like the preacher say,
Be willing to cutting up. He said this dude got a scratch on his tongue.
I ain't got the answer.
Well, y'all cutting up now, bro.
Y'all told me Dana Evans was the bench champion, and that's the reason why
She
y'all
the
was
bitch
keeping her.
splinter in her ass champion. And got a ring the next year because Parker played.
But she's still a champion. You can't take it away from her.
Yeah,
no,
with a splinter in her ass. With a splinter in her ass. With a big ass splinter. One of them tiger. Remember that tiger with the splinter in his paw? That tiger with that splinter in his paw, that lion with that splinter in his paw say,
hey.
Yeah,
well, somebody need to go talk to Jeff P and ask what is his real vision, because I don't know. He been highlighting Dana, and he said that he said out of his own mouth that every team would want a Dana Evans. So
he's been advocating for her.
Yeah.
But see, the crazy thing about it is, I think Brass was auditioning for Serve INT Records. Boy, he was trying to get his. Zoe had him scratching.
Man.
Oh man, y'all crazy, man. Look, man. Hey, look, we gonna wrap it up, man. We gotta wrap it up, man. Y'all crazy, man. I ain't gonna be like Zoe. I ain't gonna be on here 5 hours and go to sleep and
I was
wake
on there
back
2
up.
hours today. I've been cutting it short.
Hey, I tell you, man, these things can go forever, man.
So I'm finna go ahead and open up, y'all. I'm finna go to Steady Serving. The hot topic over there, the continuance of what's been going on, the chaos and the confusion. Y'all want to come over, slide over to the channel. You go to Steady Serving ENT. Also, I got some hot music I'm gonna release today also on the show. You know what I mean? I'm always doing that, giving y'all some hot music in between time. In the meantime, y'all come on over, man. We on the best podcast on planet Earth with Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man K-Sap doing the big as he always do. I got Zoe. Man, I am Zoe Media in the house. You know what I'm saying? My main man and my sister, my favorite sister who got the truck, Sister Keisha. Let's do it. We in here, y'all. Good show, great show. I see y'all. Tune in. I love you. Love you. See y'all next door.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. But I appreciate everybody, man, that came up on the panel, man. I appreciate the professor came up here and gave us a new look. Brass Tats, you got a new name, man. DJ Brass.
Man, that's wild.
Zoe had him up here scratching. The professor. Appreciate you coming on board, man. And
I appreciate it. When you coming back on? When you coming back on?
We try to do it we try to get on here at least once a night. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So probably tomorrow night we'll come back up on here, but you'll see it if you get the notification, man.
I get the notification.
Yeah, normally I go live probably around about 7:38. So
7:30 Eastern time.
Nah, Central Standard Time.
Okay, right on. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, no problem. Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. Zoe, man, appreciate you coming in here causing confusion. Yeah.
That's all I came to do.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, you starting to have that motion over there, man. You starting to have motion. You doing big things. So everybody that's not subscribed to I Am Zoe Media, I told you he got to change that name. But
what did he need to change it to, Sam?
He got to change it to something, man. Citron Island or something. He got to be something, the film room or something. You know what I'm saying? But he doing big things over there. I think you almost at 500 subscribers, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm like 16 away.
Yeah, there you go, man. So if y'all not subscribed to I Am Zoe Media, make sure y'all go over there, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn them post notifications on so you know every time he drops a hot banger, right? Because YouTube is kind of finicky with these notifications, man.
I know.
You know, we be live for about 2 hours, and somebody come in and say, "I'm just getting here. I ain't even get the notification." Well, YouTube be doing that, man. So if y'all locked in with us, man, y'all just gotta go up around the times that we say we go live and check on there and see if we live and come on in. You know what I'm saying? But Sister Lakeisha, as always, you know what I'm saying? You was the topic tonight. You did that. You know what I'm saying? You got the topics over, but appreciate everybody who was in the chat, all my moderators, all my members and stuff, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Keep being great. Keep elevating, man, and y'all enjoy y'all's Friday evening. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Good night, everyone.
Deuces.